Welcome to the Retro Sports Gamer channel. I'm pretty sure my mic is working, and here we are with LJC. Brought
was
LJC
pretty
back
sure
to the
that
channel.
I honestly thought you were going to say, I'm pretty sure I'm Slapshot Sean.
I'm pretty sure I'm Slapshot Sean. I don't know. We've had a few drinks. It's fine.
You've had a few drinks. I am drinking Diet Pepsi,
but
the Super Bowl
still,
edition.
but still drinks. Hey Troy. So I'm pretty sure you can hear me now because I can see that my mixer here says that it's working. So what I was saying when you couldn't hear me was I removed you from the chat because I thought you might have been sleeping. If you wanted to join in and chat with us, you totally could. Just let me know, and I'll pop you in there.
He's gonna pop
Ouch!
You in
Ouch, dude.
there.
That's mean. That's real mean, man. Says he likes it better when you didn't hear me. All right.
Well, I kind of like it that way too. That's why I haven't been on the channel in forever.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, my feelings are just getting brutally beat to shit right now. All right.
Yeah. I need to squash you.
Yeah.
So what are we doing, Sean?
So we're gonna do a fantasy draft here in NHL 2002 with the Atlanta Thrashers as our team. So it's gonna be good old Hotlanta before they moved back to Winnipeg. So, I guess we'll go ahead and get this thing cranking here, and we'll see who pops in, what they want to choose. Either I'll probably give Troy first pick since he's ready to go right now. Obviously, we're going to go too difficult. Make this hard on me. Best of 7, 82 games, 5 minutes. Allow the trading.
So how does this fantasy draft thing work?
So the fantasy draft in this game, it's kind of annoying just because of the functionality of the draft. It's the exact same as 2001. So it's in 2001, if you were here for that, it's separated in a way that's not very convenient. And it makes it very annoying to have to switch around. So there we are, we're the Thrashers. And looks like we got the 2 pick. So that rules.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Troy better pick a good one.
Right? All right. So
what we're doing here is we're having the chat pick our pick.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get as much chat pick as we can. So kind of kill some time, let some people try and make some choices. We got Ronaldo in the chat, so he can pick if he wants. Check out the players. Let us know. Troy wants to see goalies, so here's the top players for just forwards. And so to go to goalies, well, we could see just because this is just based on attribute, which I think I remember. If I remember correctly, I have to go all the way down.
Square to sort by something else.
Yeah, and if I switch by position, I still have to go all the way down to goalies. Anyway, yeah.
Well, let me tell you, this would be hard to program, Sean. It would be annoying.
Oh, I got to the goalies. All right. My goalies, we got Dominic Hasek at the top with Cujo, Sean Burke, Czechmanek when he was good for a couple of years. Yeah, absolutely, Ronaldo. You could request there. Bally, what's up, Bally? So right now, I think Troy's gonna get the first pick. We still have Kolzig, Patrick Waugh, Brudor. Basically, we got pick of the litter. I don't know who was taken first. Doesn't tell us till the end of the round. So Troy says Hasek. He wants the absolute outstanding netminder for first pick. I am totally fine with that. It's a great idea.
So is that a good choice for pick for your first pick? Is a goalie?
I mean, a goalie can absolutely make a team good. All right. I mean, they can make them from like average to good, or they can make a shitty team look like they're on the brink of being good. So Mario Lemieux was the top pick.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then you had Peter Forsberg with his beautiful blue eyes at number 3. Kovalev, Yager, Madonna, Sakic.
I don't see Yzerman anywhere on there.
Olin Nolan at 8. Yzerman's got to be in this first round. I mean, we got Creel, Lindros, Recchi, There he is, Yzerman at number 16. So this was kind of on the tail end of his career, so he was probably falling off a little bit at this point.
No, he's a champion.
Oh, yeah. Palfi, Bure, Hayduk's down here. Nabokov, he had a few good years. Sergey dropped all the way to 23. Temu to 24.
What's up, Philippe?
Man. What's up, Felipe? All right, so Brendan Shannon, Scott Stevens. Pick number 2, Rolando. Had to sound it out. All right, so we're going to go back to the top up here. Look for the next good player here. All right, well, Rolando, you're up. James Bond in the house. Excited to see Lumberjack Cracks. All right.
Why am I not seeing him? Oh, there it is.
I was gonna say, are you just delayed or something? Because he's there.
I don't know. I'm taking it from the Retro Sports Gamer account.
Oh, weird. Me too.
About Chicago. I see it now.
All right. All right. So we got Jeff O'Neill, Strzok. We got Matt Sundin, Rod Brendamore, Jerome McGinley. Is there a specific attribute you want me to look at? Because with the way these go, I can look at specific attributes, see who's fast, who can shoot well. I can sort by their jersey number if you want a low number in jerseys. I can sort by their names if there's a specific person. I could search by position, but then I have to cycle through all the centers before I get to the wingers, and so it's positions.
There couldn't possibly be that many.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but you know, attributes kind of the best way to go here.
Felipe,
So,
I understand absolutely nothing about hockey, but
he's
I'm
here
still
to
here.
he's here to party.
Yeah, party.
So anyway, what's up, Eli?
What's up,
So we
Adam?
got
What's up,
Rolando. So I'm looking at the top overalls here because we're only at the second pick. So I mean, there's a lot of big names here, a lot of things to choose from.
James Bond, I appreciate that you're going to smoke twice tonight because I showed up.
Got Big Joe Thornton down here at 87. Just signed with the I forgot, at the Leafs, I believe, this year. Marian Hossa still playing in the game. Patrick Marleau, Peter Nedved.
So whose
Doug
pick is
Waite.
this right now? Is this Rolando's pick?
I think Rolando, if he's here and wants to make a pick. Adam wants Happy Gilmore. Unfortunately, I did not create that player yet, so I'm pretty sure when I was younger and after that movie came out, every single movie or every single game I had, I created Happy Gilmore and made him the worst skater in the game, but had like a 99 slap shot with like 0 accuracy. Made him a 99 fighter. Like all the just drastic of all the different things. And it was hilarious to see how many goals he would score in a season because he would have that bomb of a slap shot. So I would take like 10 shots with him a game, and like 1 or 2 of them would hit the net, and there was no way the goalie's stopping it.
Eli, you could take a pick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rolando doesn't want this one. You could take this pick.
Yeah, Rolando, I haven't heard from since he talked about it. So,
What's up,
go
Smoke?
ahead, Eli. We'll let you wanted to pick, so we'll go ahead and let you throw in a pick here.
James Bond says I'm gonna get a drunk WWF No Mercy Matt tonight. There's too many combinations, but yeah.
That's a lot.
For
That's a
my
lot of
brain,
drunk Matt. A lot of drunk Matt there.
It's impressive.
Oh, looks like we got Green Magic trying to jump on in the chat.
That's exciting.
What up, dude?
What it is.
All right. DBS wants Matt Sundin, don't we all? Eli says Jerome McGinley, solid pick. Get a good right wing. There's plenty of centers to go around, so a good right wing is a good spot to go. I like that. Good pick. Solid pick. Bally says Strocker, Sundin. Let's see what's available. Sundin was obviously picked. Couple picks after us. He's a solid pick. Fleury was picked right before us. We got Mogs dropped to the second round here. Darian Hatcher, Brudor. Straka did get picked by the
Flurry of
Kings.
goal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Marion Hossa did get picked. Eric Daze in the mix. Shane Doan, eventual captain of the Phoenix Coyotes. Not in this fantasy draft. Roberto Luongo. Big Joe Thornton, gone. A couple picks before us. All right, so Bally, Straka and Sundin did end up getting picked. So, what do you want to do, Bally? We got Trevor Linden. Brendan Moore's still here. Jason Arnott, Nedved, Jamnov, Wait. A lot of centers still available. Todd Bertuzzi before Tyler. Slapper is the lullaby. I do have a tendency to put people to bed. You know, it's just what I do, I guess.
So, Joseph, what's your knowledge of 2001 hockey?
Nothing.
Okay, we're on the same page here.
So
Todd Bertuzzi, says Bally, so we're going to go with that.
So I don't really follow hockey and shit, but I was living in 2001. I was living like in the Chattanooga area, and the nearby hockey team was the Thrashers. So I may have seen a live game right about this point. I mean, I know we're drafting a completely new squad, but
Nice. So Adam Foote was picked in the 3rd round. Adam Foote has a son that played his first game in the NHL last night for the Tampa Bay Lightning, named Cal Foote. Not sure if you guys knew that, but he was part of the Wednesday night.
I think it's a missed opportunity naming him Rabbit's Foot.
Ooh.
He would have been a pretty lucky guy.
All right, so I think where we're at. So Adam, I know, jumped in the chat. He said I could pick for him. So at this point, I would probably look for a solid defenseman. Let's see what I got. I got Scott Niedermeyer, Eric Desjardins, Nick Lidstrom. Probably a dude that can hit. I mean, we're gonna look for a big hitter, because in these early yeah, we want a nice hard defenseman. In these early 2000s NHL games, they really went big on the checking ability. People love watching people get thrown around the rink, so that was definitely something that they definitely bought into a lot of. So we're gonna look at the checking attribute here. See who's good. It's a Daniel Charo.
That's a good thing to report in the chat if you didn't see that.
What was that?
Troy beat me in a game of 94. I got worked over 5-4 in overtime. Even matchup.
Brutal.
Troy pulling out a big one against the best in the world.
I actually don't believe that. I think Greg's being humble. I don't think he can be beat by anyone except for King Raph.
I mean, I think he did lose the A Classic Championship to Scribe on NHL 94. I don't remember the teams that were chosen, so I don't know what the advantages were. Because I know in the Classic sometimes you get those higher teams earlier in the draft, and I know AJ always gets a lower team.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so he did drop the championship series. Scribe had Chicago and he was Quebec, so a little bit skewed towards Scribe, but I mean, still, knowing AJ, we all kind of expect him, even that much of a discrepancy, you kind of expect him to win. So good for Scribe to be able to pull out that victory in 6 games. So that was good for him.
I completely forgot it was kind of a handicap kind of way of going about it.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about even matchup.
So Daniel Chara is the best checker in the game right now. I want to make sure he's not too far down, because this is young in his career, and if I'm picking a guy that's like a 60, 70 overall, I don't want to do that too soon.
Adam asks, "Sir, did you say Cowfoot?"
Cal Foot is his name, yes. Yeah.
With your Indiana accent, it sounds like cow.
C-A-L. So Chara, even though he's a great hitter, he's a 76 overall, so I'm not going to pick him yet. So we're going to go we're gonna go probably with like a Niedermeyer or something.
So I was gonna ask if like you mentioned, Adam Foote's son just played the other night. Do they sometimes in the NHL do they believe in the whole like bloodline, like his dad, his uncle was a such and such, so maybe they kind of like believe in them a little more, kind of like give them the benefit of the doubt type of thing?
Yeah, I think they do. Definitely, I've definitely seen that a little bit. Al McInnes is also a bruiser, but I think out of the bruiser I have left, we're gonna go with like either Roman or Lidstrom. But yeah, absolutely. The current day NHL definitely has some kids in the game that are kids of their dads. The biggest, I think, kid parent thing right now you have going is Matthew Tkachuk on the Flames, and then Brady Tkachuk on the Senators. Both the kids of Keith Tkachuk. So
wow.
Yeah, they got some noise there with the Tkachuk family.
I can't handle the name Tkachuk.
It starts with a T. If you didn't know.
I can. I was about to say TK Tkachuk.
TK.
I feel like that's just that's the kind of name that a fan base can rally behind.
Oh yeah.
It's just like Tkachuk. It's like
Yeah.
you're just gonna fucking.
And Matthew's Matthew's the little bit older one, and he has definitely made his name very known in the NHL as kind of an asshole, whereas Brady Tkachuk is still a little bit quiet.
Chelios,
so
gone.
Yeah, Chelios is taken, Matt Tkachuk, Michael Handzus, Martin Havlat, Daniel Alfredson, Anson Carter. I mean, a lot of big names still going. John Madden here. I would assume it's John Madden, except John Madden's was a center, so I don't know.
Maybe not this.
Not the commentator,
Probably
John
some
Madden.
other random.
Yeah.
So who?
Probably some other like.
Go for it.
Like Josh Madden or something. Jake
I mean,
Madden.
this early though. I mean, John Madden was good earlier in his career, so I mean, he could have been playing wing that early in his career, so I could believe that it was him still. We got Dave
Thank God I
Andrechuk.
have the internet right here. So
Who in the chat's got the next pick?
Let's see. I know that one was Adams because he told me to pick for him. Maybe James Bond, I think, was the next one on there, if I remember correct. So James Bond, if you want to take a pick, you can go ahead and go for it. So looking at the top, I don't know what kind of position you're looking for, kind of whatever you're looking for. Tough Atkinson Acton.
Well, who's the best overall right now?
Best overall right now is Sillinger, which honestly I don't even know who that is. Actually, the top two players, I don't even know who they are. I feel like the centers are rated out of their actual ability because, I mean, there's centers up here that I never rate. There's Ray Ferraro, but Smolinski, I'm not
Why
sure
do
who
I
that
know Michael Nylander?
is. Probably because he was a Hawk for a while,
Okay,
so that's probably why. Yeah. We got Vincent
Wasn't there a
Dampouz,
Nylander on
Saku
the
Koivu. Dude, there's a lot of Nylanders. I think Michael
looked up-
Nylander did have his best years in New Jersey, though. I think he won a cup there. Wes Waltz becomes incredible in this game. Interesting. Okay. Good to know.
Let's skip James Bond. He's probably out with a bowl right now.
All right. We'll skip James Bond then. So, Greg, good old AJ, if you want to make a pick, I'm pretty sure you're probably the next one there. Either you or Infamous. I don't know.
It might have been Smoke, but
I don't know.
I had to get to the bottom of it, John. In the 2000-2001 Devils season, John Madden played his left wing. Just to clarify that.
I'm thinking Niedermeyer, not Nylander. Am I? I thought Nylander did go to the Jersey though. I mean, I know Niedermeyer was there.
I was thinking
Niedermeyer was the biggest, one of the bigger players there. Where did Nylander go then?
yes,
Did he
Smoke
not-
was the next in the
I don't
chat.
know. Maybe I'm just like, I don't know. There's been so many Nylanders, I get them all confused. And then Niedermeyer, Scott Niedermeyer. Okay, all right, easy there, Schmidt.
Might be a Nylander on the.
Oh, you
the
can just
Whales.
suck a dick there,
The
bud.
Whalers.
Oh,
All right, so I think we're MIA with a couple guys here. AJ decided to not show up here for his pick. We lost James Bond for his pick. No one's saying anything when it's their pick here.
I think the only person we got something from was Troy. He said Damp House.
Yeah, Troy wanted Dempoos. Oh, Smoke, did you want to make a pick there, bud? Yeah, I remember Nylander did play a bunch of teams, Bally said, and I know he played with Chicago because I'm a Chicago fan, so I know enough about players to know when they played in Chicago. LaPointe?
Hartford and
You want to drop? You want to go down to LaPointe here? All right. Told you happy going. I told you, man. I didn't create him yet. All right. So we'll get our first center with LaPointe. Smoke wants LaPointe, so go ahead and get LaPointe here.
I think we could create Happy Gilmore as a free agent and just throw him in.
Right. Just make some
After
shitty.
the draft.
Just make some shitty player.
I would like to
Happy
see
Gilmore.
how he does throughout the whole season.
Yeah, and give him the stats that he should have. Dempoos did get picked later in that round, so we're not gonna be. Oh, there's Keith Kachuk, the father of the two players I was just talking
Oh,
about.
stop Kachucking.
Yes, sir. Patrick Waugh just got taken.
I'm glad Kachuk's not going to be on the team.
Oh, rude. Yeah, Patrick Waugh dropping to the
I'm
5th
sad.
round, man. Wow.
Oh man, we should have got Wad.
Well, we got Dominic Hasek. We got the best goalie in the game right now, so I think we're gonna be okay. All right,
Yeah, but what if he gets hurt?
Schmidt, did you want to take a pick, or do you just want to shit on me more?
Probably just
Tim,
shit.
Yeah, right.
Tim Tress.
This is NHL 2002. So we're looking at the top attributes here. So this is just the best overall players. If there's a certain stat you want me to look at, let me know. I can look at different stats. If there's certain players you want me to look for, I can look for certain players in 2002. I know I'm kind of holding out for Zdeno Chara. He's down at a 76 overall, so just based on that, we're kind of waiting a little bit. Yeah, I know. I wish this game had a better way of organizing things here, but it's kind of how we are. Is Solani still on the game?
Yeah,
He is. I'm sure he is absolutely picked because he was near the top. I'm pretty sure I talked about him in the first round being picked.
Wow, so he was still like top round player 10 years into his career.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was. I mean, 94, like NHL 94. That was really young in his career. So I mean, he still had a lot of years on him, and to be that good, that young, and then continue on. Like, I mean, he was fine. He was gonna go for a while.
I'm
Fedorov was
Smoke
picked like
Fedorov.
10th. Fedorov was picked a long time
he's
ago.
gone
Yeah,
already.
yeah, he was first rounder, man. Iserman
I mean,
also
I-
first rounder.
I thought maybe he just saw him. What about Alexei Zamnov?
Alexei Zamnov, he's picked because he had like an overall of 86, and we're below that at the
Oh,
top,
okay.
so he's gone. Ozelinch says Troy,
Ain't not-
so let's check out Ozelinch. Let's see. Where are we at with Ozelinch? It's a solid. He was a good player back in around the 2000s. Where is he?
So the way
Ozelinch,
the
82.
games
I like
go,
that pick. That's a solid pick, man. Oh, Yager
You gotta
also
rely on-
picked.
Oh wow.
Hobby
Gotta
Bullen picked
rely
right
on
before
all
us.
three lines. Or you're just pretty much running with your first line.
No, we have to rely on probably the top 6 forwards, top 4 defensemen is probably our biggest thing. Our third and fourth line can get a little bit of play time here and there. Basically all 6 defensemen need to have some sort of comprehension in these games because the way the lines go, you have no choice of defensemen, and I'm pretty sure they just cycle through the defensemen every time you change lines. So like all three of your pairings should be pretty solid. When it comes to forwards, the top three lines, because it'll go 1 and 3 a lot, and the second line will get in there. Your fourth line is kind of some bruisers normally. But yeah, I mean that's you want a solid top 6 forwards for sure. And then your defense needs to be pretty leveled out, pretty decent players throughout your defense. So Robert Lang dropped all the way to the 6th round. He was a pretty decent player back in these days. Potvin drops to the 6th round. But yeah, Hobby Bullen, he was the guy in NHL 2001 fantasy draft. He was our goaltender, brought us all the way to the conference finals, only to get swept by the Phoenix Coyotes. So what a goalie he did for us there. Yeah.
Yeah, hate to see it.
It was brutal, man, especially because we swept the conference semis. We went 4-0 and then lost 4-0. So it was a bummer to have a team to do that well and then drop so fast. But we did sneak in at the 8 seed, so to get all the way to the conference finals was pretty solid. All right, so let's see. Schmitty doesn't know what he wants to pick because all he knows is NHL 94 apparently. Let's see, Bally. Bally? We'll give Bally another pick. Bally seems interested in wanting to pick. Schmidt just says nothing. Troy's throwing us picks. Smoke is giving us all first rounders. Take Zuba. Sergei Zuba is a solid pick.
I like that name.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sergei Zuba, so we can keep our defense nice and solid up front. Defense is huge. We got a good defense so far, good goaltender. We're looking real good on the back end. We got Dallas Drake, Gary Suter's picked, Vokun picked, Schmielik, Ed Belfour in the 7th round. I mean, these goalies in the 7th round are still good. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's
all the way to
interesting
7th round.
Different games have kind of different mechanisms or different values for different positions.
Yeah. As like these goalies are just dropping, man. They're going a long way down.
What's up, Patrick?
Patrick, you wanna take a pick here, man? We're in this draft. We're about the 8th round. We got 3 defensemen. We got a whole first line of forwards. We're drafting for the Atlanta Thrashers, Schmidt. So we're trying to go all the way to the Stanley Cup, win some games. So the first game of the season, I'll play. See how the team looks, what works, what doesn't, and then sim the rest of the season. See if we can get to the Stanley Cup Finals. If we get all the way there, then I'll go ahead and play the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah, well, obviously I'm just playing the computer. Yeah. I don't have any way of connecting anyone else here, so we'll just play the computer on the hardest difficulty because that's what we do. Marchand, another center.
Recognize some names.
I like that. Yeah, because
Rod Niedermeyer.
Okay. Yeah, and there's a lot of centers here. So Marchand is the one you want. I like that. Tom Marchand's not bad. We'll go with that. Because I mean, there's a lot of centers available, but we'll keep going. Doug Gilmour picked right after us. Lume, Brewer, John Clem, Eric Weinrich, Keith Carney. An eventual Blackhawk. Actually, I think previous Blackhawk at this point in time. Joe Juno was picked later. David Legwan, Fedotenko, Tom Poti.
Wow, we're really hitting names. I have no idea.
So, yeah, after we get...
guys are in NHL 94, like Joe Juno.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Juno was a solid player for a long time. You're gonna still see some names you might recognize here, like Rob Niedermeyer, Adam Oates here, Mike York, Adam Castles was in NHL 94 as well. David Langkow. So I mean, there's still some decent names here. I'd say in probably 5-6 more rounds, even me who probably watch too much NHL will start to not recognize names. and we'll see a bunch of third and fourth liners that played a couple years and never did anything with anything in their career. So
there's probably a lot of guys that this is the only video game that they've ever been in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of those. So we're still. So I remember I'm keeping my eye on Zdeno Chara, best checker in the game. Overall is 76. So I feel like we still have some time before we have to pick a Chara.
Yeah, Eli, you could take another player.
So Eli, if you want to go ahead and draft another one here, bud, we got plenty of guys here. You can tell me what position, because we're just looking at a bunch of centers here at the top of the attribute. I don't know what it is about this game, but this game has a lot of centers that are ready to play.
Patrick says Gilmore was my favorite player as a kid. I remember playing the game as a kid. Merchant was a strong checker and good at face-offs.
Yeah, well, face-offs are big.
I like trying to read hockey names because I have no idea. Marchant, is that how you say that?
Marchant. It's like an S
Marchant.
instead of CH. Yeah, it's like that sound.
French Canadian.
Yeah, Jidnick, Brown. I don't know if you want me to scroll back up or if there's a certain stat you want me to look at here, Eli. Valery Kaminsky, Dmitry Kristich, Mark Messier. I would think he's picked unless I passed him. I don't. You know, it is kind of later in his career, so he might actually still be around. Let's see. Let's see where he's at. Stand with my pick. I mean, it was a solid pick. I can live with it. I think we'll be okay with it. Where is Messier? Let's see. No, that's not the Messier you're looking for. Eric Messier, the defenseman. Not the one we're looking for. Mark is probably picked already.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
This is not what you want. Do I play NHL 21? I played NHL 20. I have not bought NHL 21. I liked NHL 20. It's a good game. Yeah, I probably buy a new NHL game probably every couple years at this point in time. There was a time, kind of the late 2000s, mid 2000s. I bought them pretty much every year. They're good games.
Did you get Rewind? Can you get that separately?
No, not yet. They keep saying yet. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see where that goes. Because they keep saying that it will probably be released on its own, but you know, nothing's been fully established as a possibility. So
well, they just want to capitalize on the initial idea of getting it.
Yeah, and so they want to get people to buy NHL 21, which I'm not ready for yet. Bought it at Family Video for 30.
Oh man, Family Videos went out of business. So sad.
Yeah,
sorry.
Family Video's toast, man. They were doing just fine until COVID hit. Got them. Lindros is definitely picked. Lindros is definitely one of the better players in this game. He's gone. Kevin Hatcher's still around. He's a big body defenseman.
Billy Hatcher.
Bally, so NHL 21 is released, but you have to. What we're talking about is NHL 94 Rewind, which comes with 94, or which comes with NHL 21, and you have to buy NHL 21 in order to get NHL 94 Rewind at this point in time. And I'm kind of waiting on to see if I can buy it on its own. Waiting for that possibility. Marty Brodeur, oh, he's definitely picked. If he's not picked, I'm going to be shocked. We can take a look, though. Let's go down to our goalies. Yep, Brodeur's gone. With goalies, we got like Billington. So I mean, if we're looking for a solid backup, which looking at what's left of our goalies, we might want to actually think about. So Mike Richter's still here. Mike Vernon's still here, but he's on a tail end. Van Breesbrook? No, he's gone. He'd be right in here. Van Breesbrook's gone. Rollison's still there. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of the really big names are kind of gone at this point. Mika Kiprasov, this is really early in his career. He's still really young. He's going to get better. Want Garth Snow? We can go with Garth Snow. That's not a bad pick. It's a solid backup for when Hasek gets a little tired. Garth Snow it is. Got our backup goalie. Which I don't know if you were tuned in for our 2001 draft, but our backup goalie ended up actually kind of carrying us through the season. We had, which was Grant Fuhr at the time. Grant Fuhr was our goalie, and he definitely kind of picked up a lot of slack throughout the season. Hobby Bullen had some struggles, and Grant Fuhr actually carried us through the first half of the season, put us in the top of the conference as we slowly fell behind. But yeah, we need Green Magic to come back. I don't know what happened. Green Magic disappeared.
Troy says, Sean, just sub to EA Play, then you can play an NHL 94 Rewind. But then you'd have to want to play EA games.
That's true.
Smoke says it's free on Xbox, and I believe they also gave it away on PS4. I think you also have to be subscribed to Gold or have PS Plus to get that.
I have PS Plus.
I have neither of those things anymore. I haven't had them for like over a year because I mostly play on my Switch or on PC at this point.
Huh. I mean, I haven't turned on my PS4 in a while. I've been playing a lot of computer games. I got a new graphics card, so I've been just digging the computer. But I'll have to check that out then. See if it's there.
Be a good pickup.
Yeah. All right. So we're down to another pick. Where are we at? So Eli picked. We go back to like Smoke or, I mean, Adam just told me to pick for him, so I don't know if he wants to pick. I don't know if AJ is still here, wants to pick. Adam, you want to pick? You pick yourself? Ooh, I don't know if I see an Adam. Let's see.
There's probably plenty of Adams in the game.
We have Craig Adams, we have Greg Adams, we have Kevin Adams. I don't know which Adams this is. Which Adam do you want here, Adam? K. Adams. Alright. It's a good pick. He's the best overall there. Alright. We'll go with Patrick here. Give Patrick a pick. I don't remember if we've even given Patrick a pick. So Patrick, we'll go with you here. Let's vote, alright. Not a whole lot of names there. Alright, Patrick. What do you want me to look at? Is there a certain position, certain attribute you want me to look at? Like speed, hitting, shots? Certain names you want me to look up? There's not a whole lot of good ways to do this fantasy draft here, which is kind of a bummer, but also fun because then we can kind of look through some names. A speedy winger. Alright. Let's look for some speed. So there's Nash with really fast, but I have no idea who that is, so I'm sure he's no good. Zednik. Trying to look. Martin St. Louis, that's a good speedy winger. I know in the 2001 version he wasn't all that good. So let's see where he's at overall in this game. And this is where it gets annoying because then I have to go to the different attributes and find their names. But yeah, let's check out how good he is overall. So he's a 77, so it would be a solid pick right now. So St. Louis is not a bad pick if you want that one.
Take it easy, Troy.
All right, see you later, Troy. It's good to see you, bud.
like
Afigena?
NHL 94 Rewind is not free on PlayStation Plus right now.
No.
It's Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is probably pretty good.
Is this the guy you're talking about here? He's not too fast. Not very good. Let's go with St. Louis. I like St. Louis. I think St. Louis is gonna be a solid pick for us. Afigena, I think he's picked because he would be right here. Because right now I'm looking at names, so they're alphabetical. So he must be picked at this point in time if he's not here. So we can go with St. Louis then. St. Louis is a solid pick for the speed winger there. All right, so Boris Marinov was picked right before us. Mike Richter, all the way to round 11. There's Greg Adams. Pat Verbeek, that's a Hartford Whaler in NHL 94. One of the guys you're going to play normally. Kovalenko, Jeff Hackett, Brian Boucher. Brian Boucher, part of the 2010 Philadelphia Flyers team that went to the Stanley Cup and lost to the Chicago Blackhawks. Rob Niedermeyer, solid center there. All right. Who are we looking at for this next pick? You're like infamous.
Bunch of players, I don't know. Is that a card?
I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about who on the chat is gonna pick. I know you don't know who we're talking about. I know we're too far beyond your hockey knowledge here.
Sea of names that I don't know.
Easy, Schmidt. I was looking for certain people that Patrick was talking about. Gee, Schmidt, always so hard on me, bud. All right. Oh yeah, it's coming real hot, bud.
Gotcha.
Well, you know what, Schmidt? How about you want to pick? Here, I'll give you a pick, bud. What are you gonna do for our team here? You gonna help us get to the Stanley Cup or what?
That sounds like a lot of
what
pressure.
do you need? So we got a right wing. We got probably another winger because we already have 3 centers and we have 3 defensemen. So maybe another either a defenseman or a winger is what we really need right now. And so we got a bunch of centers, but I mean we could always put a center at wing. Oh yeah, of course we use line changes, man. We use the whole roster here in 2002. This isn't NHL 94, where as soon as you leave the first line, no one can score.
I know one player on the team that you've drafted so far.
Go to the D.
I know Lindstrom.
Right. Nicholas Lidstrom? You know Jerome McGinley. You know Dominic Hasek. Come on, man.
No, I don't.
Are you kidding me? You should know those names. Those are big names. Alright, so if I'm looking at overall, the next D-man... Oh my gosh. Karpatsev is here. Igor Kravchuk. Malakov. I feel like we should probably pick like Zdeno Chara at this point. If he's still here. We can go all the way down this low. Sylvain Cote. I don't think Chara's here anymore.
Yeah, I trust.
Man.
Why was that blocked?
I don't know. That's why I was like, why is Malakov? Alright, so Malakov.
Sounds too Russian.
Yeah, right? Oh, ooh. Too Russian.
He's trying to hack us.
Alright. Solid pick for our 4th defenseman. So we got our top 4 defensemen then. That's a good spot to be. Probably need at least one more forward, preferably probably a winger. But like I said, the centers can move to wings, no problem. By position. Alright, so if I go to position, It gives me the giant list of centers in alphabetical order. So this is why I don't do position, because it gives me the position alphabetically. It doesn't put them attribute-wise. So I'm looking at all the centers alphabetically. Then I look at all the right wingers alphabetically. Like I said, this draft function is kind of gross. Patrick Elias. Let's see if he's here. This would be pretty young in his career, I think. So he'd be. No, he's gone. No more Patrick Elias. He's out.
He gone.
Easy picks here, highest overall guys. Yeah, we're kind of falling into that spot in the draft where we're kind of running into guys, you know.
An auto draft.
Yeah, it kind of turns into almost an auto draft kind of moment, but we kind of I still want to pick guys I know. So like David Langkow, Nikolishin's pretty good. Zubris.
How the hell do you still know these people?
Man, I like these guys. Dana Zubris says Schmidt, so we'll go with Schmidt. Henrik Sedin or Brendan Moore's definitely gone. Sedin might still be around because this is super early in his career. We can check to see if he's still here. Because I think both the siblings were down in like the high mid 70s. There's Essensa.
I'm in my 30s, that's why. I just was not exposed to hockey enough.
All right, so let's see if the Sedin brothers are here, because I think they might actually still be here. Oh, Henrik is still here, so we can still get one of those. So for Eli, we'll go ahead and take Henrik, because that was the sister he wanted. So yeah, I called him a sister. It's a Hawk fan thing. As Hawk fans, we always called them the Sedin sisters.
What?
Yeah, because for like 4 years in a row, the Hawks and the Canucks met in the playoffs, and the Sedin sisters were on the team, and they were always whiny. They weren't too bad. They weren't near as bad as a lot of people were, but Morozov, I don't even know who that is. Let's see. That's a solid pick, though, at this point in the draft. Fast dude. Fast winger here. Decent passer. I like it. I think it's a solid pick. Big shot, too. Good idea, Bally. Let's go with him. Oh, Thomas Holmstrom was still there. Gusarov was still there. Ian LaPierre.
I think you should redraft the team and have the requirement be that there needs to be a Z somewhere in their name.
Z somewhere in their name. We need to pick some
Z
weird
squad.
foreign guy every single time. Oh.
You could definitely do it. There's a lot of Z's.
Oh yeah, just go to the overalls and just scroll down until I hit a Z. Like at this point, I don't know. Right now, this whole first screen doesn't have a Z, man. Oh, Brent Sopel. Look at that. Looking at shot accuracy though. Did he really have that much shot accuracy? I don't know about that.
Well, he's got it.
I don't know about that. Brent Sopel could block a shot.
Why don't you call up the staff of EA from 20 years ago?
Hey, Danny
tell them-
Briere is still available. So what do we have over here? We got
See if they got
We got-
Cavallini.
3 rights. We got 4 right wingers. We don't have a left wing. We only have 1 left wing.
Cavallini. Who's Cavallini?
Yeah, Gino Cavallini. He's on the I forget what team in NHL '94. He retired in 2000, so he might not be in the game.
Is that a
but-
C or a
He
K?
retired 2 years before.
Oh, well then he's probably not here, man.
I thought it was 2001. My bad. That's my bad.
Well, it should be the 2001 rosters, I think.
Yeah, it would be the 2001 rosters. Patrick says Draper. I think we actually had Draper on our team last time, which is a solid pick. We can throw him in a wing or a center if he's better than the centers we have. I like it. Sundin. Oh yeah, Sundin was definitely taken back in like the 4th round maybe. He's a solid guy. Started a franchise in NHL 2003, says Andrew. NHL Hits, that's a great game. Hits 2002, I think, is the one that is talked about a lot. Oh, look at that. Adrian Aucoin. Adrian Aucoin going to the Chicago Blackhawks, where he is the eventual captain of that team. Fun fact. Let's see. Corso. Todd Gill. It's a big checker right there. Greg Hoggood. Jamal Mayers. All right.
What about Len Esau?
Esau?
He's a defenseman.
Esau sounds like the noise the donkey makes.
It doesn't look like he's here.
A little
His name
bit.
starts with an E, right? I don't remember that guy.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, we
Oh,
got
well.
Ekins. Ekins.
You don't even know what. Eakins?
Yeah.
Emma, there we go.
Infant says, "What's my top 3 NHL games?" My top 3 NHL games. I mean,
Hits.
NHL '94 is up there. Hits is up there. I used to.
Does that
I
count?
liked Gretzky a lot. You know, one of these NHL games. It's probably like NHL 2004. I really, really liked. I know like the early, like NHL 10, NHL 09, that around there, it kind of changed really into a simulation type of game that I really got into. Matthew Barnaby.
I played 06 with you a bunch.
Was it 06 that we played a lot? That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. NHL 98, I remember having a blast too. NHL 98 was awesome. Matthew Barnaby's still around. We'll go ahead and pick him up since Bailey mentioned that name.
The only time I ever beat you in NHL 06 is when you picked Great Britain and I picked Japan.
Couple real garbage teams right there. I kind of vaguely remember like doing that.
Well, Great Britain was super slow and Japan was really fast. And
Yeah, I couldn't keep up with you. They were both terrible, but you were just so much faster. I couldn't do anything. Oh man, Robert Reichel is still available.
Connection.
Wow. Michael Roosevelt eventually goes to the Blackhawks, and everyone hates him there. Danny Briere finally picked. Kirk Muller, late in his career. Alright, let's see. Eli, you're just naming a bunch of dudes that are definitely picked, man. This is way later than that. We're at a point where it's like,
let's give Andrew Walker a pick if he wants one. I don't think he
yeah,
ever got
Andrew, if you want to pick, man, jump in here.
You get to pick some garbage.
We're pretty far down, so I mean you're looking at some kind of shitheads. Rob Robitaille's still here though. I mean, pretty late in his career, but he's here. Stephen Yell's here. He's
Drake is
really
here.
Good. Drake. Ole Jokinen. Joe Murphy. Jeff
Hoagie.
Shantz. I mean, there's still some
Crumpet.
mildly recognizable names. Remember he's playing NHL 2000 PS1?
We got Sandstrom up right there. Oh yeah, it's
So,
that guy.
NHL 2000 on PS1. I actually played that. What was it? 3-4 weeks ago. I played a Stanley Cup playoff run with the Phoenix Coyotes. Took them all the way. Won the Stanley Cup with them. Even after going down 3-0 in the first round against the Blues, won 4 straight games in the first round, and ended up winning the whole Stanley Cup with the Phoenix Coyotes. That was cool.
It's very special.
Yeah, it felt really good. I hardly remember the Stanley Cup because I was drinking so many beers, but I did it.
I should go back and watch that.
Are you sure you won? Are you sure you won though?
Oh, I did.
Were
I
you
did.
just feeling
I had
good?
to. I had to go back and look at it again. I was like, oh man, I did. I won it in 6 games. Good for me.
Oh, teriyaki.
Teriyaki's here.
I could go for some teriyaki right now.
So Eli wants us to pick Jokinen. Was kind of waiting for Andrew to see if he wanted to make a pick. Patrick also said
We
Johansson,
got a Chazoo.
or Johnson.
No Chuchuk, but we got a Chazoo.
How many defensemen do we have right
Chazoo.
now? Do we only have 4?
I feel like the names
We only have
in
4
this game
defensemen right now at this point. But
could just be things that people
got
yell out in
bigger
comic
buzzing.
books for like different sound effects.
But we're gonna go with Jokinen just because Eli's been asking for a pick for a while, so we're gonna go ahead and go with Jokinen. But we definitely need to get a D-man this next pick. Hal
Can you
Gill
tell
is
us for
picked.
the other team?
Maybe Johnson will still be available. Let's see if he got picked.
Grant Hill?
Tony Donato. Is that Grant Hill?
Dyslexia coming in.
Didn't look like Johnson was picked. Yeah, here he is. So we'll go ahead and get him as well. So
Have that
Patrick
Johnson.
do that pick.
We should just have a team of Johnson. This is
A
Slappin
bunch
with
of
Slapshot.
Johnsons.
Richard or Johnson, everybody. Or Johansson.
Oh, there's
You gotta get
there's
the Swedes in
Brashear.
there.
Bally was talking about
Johansson.
Brashear. Brashear has been picked a couple picks after us there, so missed out on that speedy winger. Ulf Dahlen. Stefan Yell is finally picked there. Scott Hartnell. This is like super early in his career. If he's dropping this late, because he became good. Kevin Stevens, late in his career. Tony Granato on the LA Kings in '94.
Oh, that
Valery
man.
Zelapukin. He was on the
Elapukin!
Zelapukin.
Whalers, right?
No, he was the Devils. Devils in '94.
Devils? Okay.
Yeah. Barnaby versus Brashear, says Patrick. Well, we have Barnaby, so we're going to say Barnaby's better just because we have him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, look at that. Dan. Oh, that's not Dan
yeah.
Boyle. He's a
Oh, yeah.
defenseman. Teriyaki is still available.
Oh, yeah, we gotta get him.
Think
We
so?
gotta get the Yake.
All right,
gotta get the Yake.
let's go ahead and get the Yake. We do need a defenseman, so I think we only have 5 defensemen, so we probably should pick another defenseman next pick.
You keep saying that.
Well, I said 4 last time, and then I
We
picked
don't
one.
need defense. We got a goalie, dude.
We do have a very good goalie. I will give you that.
Offense is our defense.
That was our first pick, thanks to Troy. Troy
Yeah, just
said, get a
score.
goalie, and so we got Dominik Hasek first pick. So we got a solid goalie off the top. But let's look for what's our best feds? Bouchard, Caberlet, Quint. Looking for a name I might recognize, but I don't see any names I recognize right now. It's always more fun when I recognize
Oh, there's a
the
Bates.
names.
Oh, we gotta get Bates.
Oh, jeez.
I know where your head's at.
Slapping it. That's what it is.
Felix says, I
That's
didn't
where
want
it's
him. I
at.
just think it's funny because he's a horrible skater and slow as dirt in real life. He's just a fighter. Oh, okay. Well, good thing we didn't get him then. I mean, we did build our 4th line in 2001 on fighters. We had Probert on one side, we had Martin Lapointe on the other side. So we had 2 wingers that were gonna beat the shit out of everyone, and then our center was like the fastest player in the game. So our 4th line on our conference championship team was pretty interesting for 4th liners.
You
What
gotta
about
draft
Bombadil?
Tom Bombadil.
Where is this?
Yeah.
Where is this Bombardier?
He was a defenseman.
Nice.
He might be 71. He might not be worth it.
Oh, at this point, 70s are pretty much we're fine. Bombardier.
Is there?
Yeah, let's get him. There we go. All right, we got our 6th defenseman now.
Oh, what a strong name.
We got 2 goalies. We got 6 defensemen. We got plenty of forwards. Joe Girard. If that's the same Joe Girard, this is like rookie year for him. But I don't think it is him. I don't think
Is
it's the one I'm
Bilbo
thinking.
Baggins still available?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, get him.
So I mean, we do need like a 7th defenseman because we have to fill our scratch players here. We're at a point where we probably need to get a 3rd goalie at some point.
Oh no, we don't.
Just because we need to have our scratched players.
That's last pick.
We need 1 more defenseman.
Quint.
All right, Quint it is.
Yeah.
I played
Quint.
Pokemon cards with a kid named Quint.
He said.
Actually,
Wait,
it was
hold
Quinn,
on.
I think.
Patrick says Scrantonus. We're gonna go with him. You're just saying names, and I trust him a little more than you. So.
Well, I based my pick off of the kid that I played Pokemon cards with.
Looks like he's picked though. I don't see him here.
Oh, well, we got Quint, dude.
No. We can go up to
Feel like-
Quint. We can go up to Quint.
Julia.
Eli
Oh,
says
Drulia.
Sullivan.
That's a good
That's
name.
not a bad name. Not a bad name.
All right, we'll go with Matt's Quint here.
All right.
He exists. He did exist. Yeah. He was obviously picked by someone. Someone had the same thought. Brent Sopel finally went. Eventual Blackhawk on a Stanley Cup team. Jason Colmore played for the Blackhawks as well. Mike Commodore. Jason Bellinger, maybe? Bob
Every
Probert.
time I see the Red Wings logo, I get excited, and then I forget that that's not a Red Wings player. It's just someone being drafted to the Red Wings.
So I'm assuming this is Kyle Calder. Eventually went to the Blackhawks, had high expectations, and then sucked. Let's go to let's look at the let's look for some checkers. See if we can get some low grade dudes that are just gonna blow some people up. Rob Vandenbush still here. Luke DeBrusque.
I think there's a Checkers on Archer if you want some hot dogs.
Checkers on what?
On Archer in Chicago.
I do like checkers.
Archer is the street?
Yeah, the street.
Stu
I live
Grimson.
on Arthur.
Look at that.
Like,
Stu Grimson's
it's
still
like
available.
10 minutes away from here.
How do you guys feel about getting a dude that's gonna fight some people?
Oh, I love it.
Bring him in. Go Stu Grimson. And trying to see names I recognize at this point in the draft is really hard. Don't know him.
Come on, you don't know Sullivan?
Vandenbush played with Lemieux and just beat the hell out of anyone who hit him during these days. That's true. Let's get Vandenbush. Put him on top line. Rob
Oh, yeah.
Vandenbush. Zadine and St. Louis will be good on that third. Oh, absolutely. We'll have some fast, good young players there. I think we got a solid team. We got a chance with the team we got. Patrick did a good job helping us with this. So let's see what we got for our lines. So this is how it put it for us without making a change.
You forgot the
Zadine
great
and-
Happy Gilmore.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't forget yet. Great player. Let's just edit some garbage player. Oh, okay, never mind. All right, so we'll just throw Happy Gilmore in here. I don't know. Does this really matter?
No, just skip through this.
Alright.
Make sure to give him a beard, though.
Too late. I already skipped it.
Oh, shit.
Happy
Heart's
Gilmore.
broken.
I think this is
best
like the
three-
only. Go ahead.
What's the best 3 Adam Sandler movies?
Oh, that relates exactly to what I was going to say. I think this is the only Adam Sandler movie from that era that I actually saw. So
What about, Billy Madison?
I've seen parts of it.
I don't think I saw the Mr. Deeds movie all the way through. What's the one where he's got the kid that he's like in care of, like Big Daddy
Yeah,
or
Big
something?
Daddy. I've seen parts of that too.
Do you guys remember what number Happy Gilmore wore?
I'm sure
Oh,
somebody
I
in
got
the chat
internet,
knows.
so-
Yeah, anyone?
18.
He was
says
18?
Sally.
Okay. Team Atlanta, obviously. Star player? Yeah, I guess. What does that mean?
I don't know. Probably makes him better.
Whatever. Speed. Well, he could barely skate, so not, I don't know, like a 60, I guess. Strength. He had plenty of that.
Yeah.
Give him like an 80, I guess. Endurance, I'm sure he sucked at that.
Oh, you gotta max out the strength. Give him something unique, you know? Don't make him
Alright,
max out the strength.
bunch of strength. Endurance, should I give him some? I don't know, just a little bit. 72 speed, says Patrick, so I can move a little bit. Okay.
Give him 0 control just because that's funny.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Endurance, do I give him any endurance? Like, I mean, he just
Not
falling
too
all over
much,
the
I
place.
mean.
Like a little bit, just so he can kind of stay in the game a little bit, I guess. His defense was massive, killing people. Right? I mean, look, he's slashing his stick as I'm sitting on this attribute. Okay, it has to go high. Give him at least a 90. Yeah, offense, we'll just put it like a 60, whatever. Visor, of course not. He's trying to stab people.
He wants to look him in the eye as he stabs them.
I'm seeing 85 for
85
endurance.
endurance,
He's a
okay.
tank.
Alright, we'll give him 85 endurance.
This might be our MVP. This guy's looking solid.
Right? I know. Alright, passing, no. Shot power, you know it's 100. Shot accuracy, we're going to leave it at 54. Deacon, you know he couldn't handle.
Alright.
Puck control, you know he couldn't do that. Face-offs, he probably beat the shit out of everyone. Give him a little bit more. Speed, leave it at 72. Agility, he could barely skate, so we're going to lower that a little bit. I mean, unless the chat has other opinions on what I put here, let me know. I don't know. I feel like this is pretty accurate.
I think he's going to be the X factor for every single game.
Oh, absolutely. He's gonna be whatever happens, you know, win or lose, you know. Eli, you said 84. 84 for what?
Endurance.
Offense? Shot
Oh,
accuracy?
maybe he's
no.
he wanted these numbers.
I don't know if you've seen the movie, man, but he takes that slap shot and it hits like the corner glass.
Oh,
He's diving for
pucks.
pucks.
84 agility.
All right, I can dig it. He was definitely diving at those pucks.
What's funny is that's like they made him dive at pucks to look silly, but that's actually what they do sometimes to like block shots.
Oh,
right?
absolutely, yeah. You got to get in the way.
Like it's very legitimate. Yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna ride with this. That's our Happy Gilmore there. Oh, whoa, just turned up. Okay, fighting obviously all the way. Offense, defense. What do we do? We go more toward defense or more toward offense with him?
Oh, I think all defense. Just
All defense, just because
all
he wants to
defense.
murder people, right? Potential? There's like no
He
potential here.
There's no concept of strategy.
No, there's no
When he was
potential
a
here.
football-
We're basically
when he was a
minimal.
football player.
Minimal.
Oh, Waterboy. Did you ever see that, Matt?
I have
movie.
not seen Waterboy, or like even a moment of Waterboy.
You gotta see Waterboy, dude.
I've heard good things. I've also heard that my parents went to go see it in the theater, and my dad made them leave.
Probably because they were. They make fun of how much he loves his mom, and your dad probably couldn't handle that.
So I don't know if you guys see this, but I
For disrespecting.
went extremely drastic with pretty much everything here. All shoot,
Yeah,
all carry.
Seems perfect.
Doesn't get hurt because he's a fucking monster. Slap shots, checking. All defense.
Valley says leave his potential in the middle because his attributes will fall hard.
Oh, okay. We don't want to do that then. Yeah, we want it to stay where it is then. It's all right,
Potential
75.
99. He does get better throughout the movie.
At golf.
You know what would be
Toughness.
great? They need to make a Happy Gilmore 2 where he goes back and plays hockey. To like his life lessons and shit. It's like for the YMCA, but it's still a great movie.
I know. I want him in the NHL. I think it would be awesome.
Resist penalties?
Oh, he coaches the Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks 4.
That's perfect.
Patrick
Just
says,
beats the shit out of Gordon Bombay. Just like puts him in the hospital. And is like, all right, kids. All right, kids. No more pussyfooting. Let's go.
Hero rating? Oh, he's a hero.
yeah, go give him the hero status.
He's a protagonist of a movie. He has to be the hero.
I was about
It's
to
true.
say. I
Okay,
was about to
Yeah.
say.
that's true. Any other opinions here on the chat? Give it a second to catch up. Just want everyone to know the beer I'm drinking, because it's a good one. It's called the Juice Caboose from the Wanderlinger Brewery in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and it is
The
delicious.
fuck?
Yeah, it's
Tennessee.
I
delicious.
used to live
Shout
in
out.
Chattanooga, but I haven't heard of Wanderlinger though.
It's a really
You gotta write
small.
that down.
It's a really small brewery. I stopped at it on the way home from Disney and Universal over Christmas. So we stopped there in Tennessee, went to a couple breweries, and that was my favorite beer out of the couple places I went to. So I'm not sure how far it travels because I was just finding little real small breweries right around where I could go to. But it was good. It was awesome. So I bought a little 6-pack, brought it home with me. So
Well, we got two people that view from Tennessee, so
they probably know what
You
it.
get
They
it.
probably know what it is. Yeah, they probably know it. Yeah, Schmidt. Yeah,
Okay, maybe
you
I had
Schmidt?
been there.
Talking to Schmidt. All right.
we
Uh,
have three then.
All right, so we'll go ahead and move on from here. See what's that. All right, here we go. Happy Gilmore, born on New Year's Day, 1982. Just because I didn't choose anything. Oh man, why you gotta choose? Why you gotta tell me what to pick after I like waited for a minute and then just moved on? It's twice in a row.
You gotta
Twice
trade.
in a row there, bud.
You gotta do a trade.
All right. Yeah, we're saving him.
I guess we're doing a trade.
All right, so Happy Gilmore is over there on the 4th line right now. They gave him a 76 overall. All right,
He's
so
a lot worse
He's
than
got
I
that
thought he would be.
potential, though.
yeah. So
He's got
I
that
think
potential, though. That's the key.
He's got the all caps name.
we're gonna go with our top boys on that
Oh,
first
Lord.
line. With Marchand up there. Second line, LaPointe should probably play center. I feel like feel like we should have Sedin and Gilmore on this line here, on the third line. So we're gonna put we'll have to see who's better at face-offs out of all of them. Who can win a face-off? Wow, okay, so Gilmore's gonna play center for us. I'll throw Sedin on the right wing probably. I know Louis will be on the right wing since he is a natural right winger.
Be right back, guys.
All right. All right, so my fourth line. I gotta figure out who I'm missing. Olli Jokinen's there. Sedin is used. Gilmore's used. Marinov is one of them. Double shift Gilmore. Gilmore and Draper line maybe. Oh, is Draper the one I'm missing? I think Draper's the one I'm missing.
Third line's my favorite line.
Ooh, Draper's a great center. Yeah, the third line's a great line. Should I move Sedin back to the fourth line and put Draper up at center on the third line so I can have big face-off winners on the top three lines? Or you like what I got here, Patrick? Is this sufficient enough, or should I get some more face-off wins on the third line? That's what I'm a little worried about with my forwards.
I wish I had an opinion for you.
I know. I was like, what do you think, Matt? And you're just like, yeah, hockey.
I don't know. I want to watch Happy Gilmore play. That's all I care about.
Gilmore's definitely on the third line, so we can get him some ice time.
Oh yeah, we gotta see him.
Yeah, once you drop to the fourth line, things start to disappear for you. Our defense, we definitely need to level this out a little bit.
Happy Gilmore's basically our Bill Walton for this.
Patrick
The
from
guy
Canada.
we get excited about.
Where in Canada are you from there, Patrick? Oh man, our defense doesn't check. That sucks.
Ontario. Love it.
Nice. I think we should move Sandus up to put Draper on the third. Okay. And then move Sedin down. So Draper will be our center. So then Gilmore can just play on the wing and hit people and take slap shots. Who's my face-off winner here? Alright. Sedin can play there. That'll work. Alright. Back up here. We'll want to move. Want a decent hitter on that first line. So I think we're going to switch Zubat and Ozelinch here. Get some more hitting there. Level out the hitters a little bit. Because hitting in this game is huge. And then...
I mean, you should just put Happy at your star defensive for that.
What?
Happy is like 100 checking, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I know. Maybe I should just play him a defense. Something to consider.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Just leave him where he is.
I think
It's too cheap, not being completely fantasy for the first couple lines, I think.
yeah. I think that'll work. It's on late
Eli
night
says-
with LSD. The Atlanta Thrashers are trying to win a game and are trying to win the Stanley Cup. Only Happy Gilmore can save the team. Love it. So I don't know. Do I want to sit here and do all this? Not really. So we're just gonna leave this how it is. Yeah, we need to go to the gameplay. Alright, so before I hit the gameplay, I have to pee, otherwise I'm just not gonna want to play. So I really need I need to set up a like a thing so it's like the commercial break thing like you've set up for Tom. I keep thinking I need to do that and then I just haven't done it yet. So
I can send
not
you the
bad.
file.
It's fine. Matt and I can have one of our classic podcasts.
Yeah. Do those. See, as long as I have you guys on chat, it's okay. All right, I'll be right back.
It sounds like you have something in mind, Joseph. I have a question for you. If you had to draft an NBA Jam team, who would you fantasy draft onto your team?
Are you talking about like, okay, what? Okay, so many questions. Are we playing Super Nintendo or Genesis?
The better one, Super Nintendo.
I assume we're playing Jam TE, right?
Yes. So you get to draft 5 players.
What is my pick?
So you're going to assume that each tier is a round. So
okay,
for your first pick, you can only pick, or you could pick from tier 1 to 5. Second pick, round 2, there's a tier to 2 to 5, and then so on and so forth.
Of course, like I'm using my own tiers, so this is like getting a little incestuous here.
Oh yeah, of course. You're the only one that made the tier list, so.
Well, I got a tier list for players too. So, okay, if I had the number 1 overall pick, I would take Derek Coleman.
Derek Coleman?
Derek Coleman. He's got where is he at? He's not a Hall of Famer, but an NBA Jam, 7 speed, 9 power, 8 on dunks, 7 on threes, and 8 on blocks. Wow. So he's one of the best players in the game, but as far as a player to build around, I'd want someone with speed, power, and 3-point ability. Derek Coleman's my guy. All right, so let's go second round. I would potentially be a homer and go Eric Murdoch. He's on the Bucks.
Okay.
This is he's 8 speed, 5 power, so that's decent, and then he's 8 on 3-pointers. So he's like another 3-point specialist. Between him and Coleman, there's 2 3-point shooters, but then Murdoch's quick as well, and he fits there in that second tier. Third tier, shoot, man, if
it only really matters up to the third tier. You don't have to do 5.
Yeah.
I'm already shocked by your picks, by the way.
Yeah, you got me talking about Jam, dude. Like I got way too much to say. Honestly, go for it.
I'm just saying, this is about what I expected, but I'm still shocked.
Okay, I'm gonna shock your ass even more. Okay. So, third round, Detlef Shrimp.
Okay, that's pretty good.
At least you've heard of him.
I think that's a solid third rounder. I mean, I know Derek Coleman, but Derek Coleman is your first draft
Oh
pick.
my god! Dude,
Like, I
in
would
the
have taken probably like Rodman or the Admiral.
Right, but Rodman's great, but he doesn't have 3-point rating. And in Super Nintendo, you can drain 3-pointers if you're open. So
Yeah.
Maybe Rodman and Genesis, but you said Super Nintendo, dude. That's why I was asking. All right. Let me just wrap up because I'm having fun. So, 4th round, you got to have a short guy, right? So I'm going to go Nick Van Exel, who, by the way,
solid.
is from Kenosha, Wisconsin, represent. And then 5th round.
Did not know that.
5th round, I mean, if Christian Laettner was there, I'd take him. He is a 5th rounder. DPS is trying to tell you. DPS is trying to tell you Christian Laettner is not a 5th rounder. Now, I'm telling you.
Hey, what's up, Iceberg?
I broke it down, and Christian Laettner is a 5th rounder. So Christian Laettner is my 5th round pick.
Iceberg, you turned into Green Magic talking about Christian Laettner.
yes, that happened. Yes, that happened.
So I went to the rosters to show the team that I'm playing.
And you didn't set it on them?
I mean, I was letting Green Magic talk. So they have, from what we can see, they got a lot of forwards. You got Brendan Moore, you got Cliff Roning, Jeff Shantz, Milan Hajduk in his prime, Eric Daze, John Madden. But their defense is pretty weak, with the exception of maybe a top pairing of Tom Pody and Rafalski, and their goaltending not very good. Aubin and then Jocelyn Thibault, who is the starter for the Hawks at the time, and was not very good. So, I mean, I could score a lot of goals, but they could.
Quick.
I think I match up.
Real quick.
I think.
Side note.
Go ahead.
Side note. Shout out to AJ. He said Christian Laettner 0 passing though. Good call. He's one of the only players in NBA Jam Tournament Edition with a 0 pass rating. Chuck Person is another one. He's a player you have to unlock. So shout out to AJ. He knows what he's talking about.
Weird. I didn't know that.
Continue.
All right. So, what I was about to say is how their goaltending's weak, but their goaltending defense is weak. But I feel like their scoring's good. But I have defense to counteract that, and I feel like I have enough offense. So, I mean, you can look at the total ratings here. You know, my goaltending's gonna shut down their probably above average offense, but they have a defense that probably matches up well with the offense that I do have, which isn't very good. So, we'll see. We're going to go with the triangle. The defense, I always like the collapsing low.
This game, I thought about it. You guys need to play as a team, and you need to believe in each other, and no selfish hockey, okay? No just fucking, no dumping the puck, dump and chase. I don't want to see it. I want to see everyone doing their part, everyone doing their 1/5, and just go. Let's get her done, okay?
You know, I feel like Happy Gilmore might disagree.
Oh, Happy shows up on key players.
He does. Look at that. He's ready to play.
You got the hammer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, we play a road game.
Oh.
The best part about this is the Sabres goalie at the time was Dominic Hasek, and guess who has Dominic Hasek? The Atlanta Thrashers. Boom. Oh yeah, we're doing all 82, but I'm only playing the first one just to kind of see our roster, and then we'll simulate through all the way through the playoffs, and if we get to the Stanley Cup, I'll play the Stanley Cup.
Like a finely tuned symphony, but only with big, dangerous guys in equipment.
Crashing out
It's
with
the
the Ginlin
NHL.
Bertuzzi.
And it's also a regular season
Oh, dude, this
matchup
camera's way too
featuring
close. We gotta fix this. I can't play like that.
It's not 94 enough.
Yeah, we gotta go to the overhead. I need to be able to see things.
Broadcast.
the Atlanta Thrashers
Oh,
and the
not the
Buffalo
broadcast,
Sabres.
no.
That's offside.
Scored. So yeah,
The
Brendan Moore,
amazing
Madden,
thing to
Hadouk.
me is that you actually went into the coaching strategies and changed that. I've never touched that ever playing a hockey game, or probably any sports game.
I'm always. I know what I want. I know what I want to do, man.
Wants this to be a good video.
Petrov
He doesn't
gets
wanna get,
checked.
like,
Ah,
fucking
yes, the infamous
destroyed.
thump and dump, if I'm not mistaken.
Strategy wasn't there.
Oh,
Louis fires it right on. Thibault kicked it away.
St. Louis.
St. Louis couldn't do
McKinnon
it.
Gets checked. Quint gets
Oh.
shoved.
No hit, no pain,
almost got
and
the
no
ref-
gain.
the,
And pain or hit,
I
forget
know, I
it.
almost did.
Johnson gets the pass
Oh,
from Hasek.
damn it,
Running,
no.
Picked it off. Kravchuk had the puck. Hasek made the big glove save.
You are so on top of the play, Jim. Nice work.
Running. Daze
That was a
kicked out by Hasek.
Apparently, he's in rapid save mode.
One time he was
St.
down.
Louis.
Lewis, another turnover.
Louis
Running.
shoots. Saved by
Almost gets it.
Thibault. Brindamore.
52.
He gets
Oh
shoved.
shit.
Brindamore scores.
One could even argue that he just unleashed a torrent of shot. Let's see, that was the
Oh,
first
man,
goal
dude,
of the
you're
game.
like
So according to my
5-10 seconds
calculations,
behind when I'm
carry
saying.
the one. The score should be 1-0.
Milwaukee Advocates
Yeah, we're
on.
pretty behind. That's why I'm not even trying to make an effort.
Buffalo goal scored by number
Matt
7
pushes
Brindamore, Brindamore, assisted
I'm
by
looking at
number
the,
55.
Hayden Hasek shuts the
Number
door.
6, Jeff
Well, you
Morgan.
can keep doing it.
LaPointe.
Who cares?
Hayden shoulders him.
Gotta fill the air somehow.
Zubov gives him the business.
True.
Cody Hayden Hasek stabs at it.
Oh god
Hayden
damn it.
picks it off. He takes it.
Good. No call. No
Malahoff.
penalty. Madden. I knew we should have taken Madden.
Right?
Gets
I know.
checked.
Thought about it.
That's like his 10th save for the game already.
Hit.
Jesus.
Hayden Hasek with a big
Took
glove
like
save.
2 much speed.
Malakoff picks up the puck from Hasek. Madden shoves
Malakoff,
Zubras.
nice
Zubras
check.
sneaked
Zubov.
around Madden.
Stopping him.
It's 1-on-1. Adams.
Oh, hit the net.
Way down.
He leaned into
I'm
him
gonna
all
get
right.
those from downtown on Patrick.
Malahoff.
Oh, Adams almost
Yeah, except he couldn't hit the
McKinnon,
net though.
backhander right on. And
Nice.
that's icing.
Outta here.
Finn Baker was one of the few big players with the
Hasek made
power
a
of two.
wicked save off a wicked one-timer.
It's rough.
Kravchuk, kick save by
NBA
Hasek.
Jam conversations got two different sports being talked about.
Beginla shoulders Daze.
He tenderized him.
Running
Go.
gets mowed down.
Wrestling
Lidstrom,
Iceberg knows what he's talking about.
Bertuzzi. Check.
He gave him the old horizontal pile driver treatment.
Shot it. Thibault slams the door shut.
Oh, I
There he was,
smashed
just
him.
Another shot.
You ready for this? Ready for this cutscene?
Atlanta got it.
I'm ready for the cutscene.
Oh wow! Oh, it's so good.
Right?
Thibault
So
freezes
Demolished
the
him.
puck.
Okay, pay
Matt
attention
is
here.
so impressed
Take a
right
good
now
look
with
at this
that
guy
cutscene.
because
Smoke,
he's
that's
one
what
of
I'm
the
here
keys
for,
to this
man.
team winning.
I'm here to play the hockeys.
Beginla. Thibault Denies him.
So I
And he's
played this
thinking,
game
hey,
on
I'm sure
the
glad I
difficult
decided to wear
level
my
probably
pants today.
a few days ago,
Gardner,
and was trying to figure out how do I score
Hasek,
goals
Bertuzzi.
on this level.
He gets
And I
smoked.
really,
Play in the
it's
first
like
Turned
one-timers
over.
that I
Murphy
couldn't
gets the
ever
puck.
make happen. It's like I scored like one
Murphy
goal in a
gets
game.
flattened.
He took
But it
one
was
for the
really
team,
hard.
Jim, but sadly his teammates remain ungrateful.
The Thrashers
This game
have
on the
got
hardest
to be worried
difficulty, I
about their
feel
low
like
shot total.
it's
Definitely,
just,
it seems to be
it's
getting
tough,
their
man.
confidence. Plus, I keep going down
All
there
right,
and
so
taunting
here's
them relentlessly
beer
in between
plug.
periods.
I am
See you in a bit.
drinking
Later.
Starless by Wise Acre, which is in Memphis. You guessed it, Tennessee. So I drank 2 beers from Tennessee. Opposite side of Tennessee of Chattanooga, but also a good beer. It's a black lager. Delicious. If I'm the hockey guy, I'm going to need a different sport if I'm going to get my own syndicated show. Oh, wow, dude. Okay, just really? That hurts. I don't... Does it hurt? I'm not entirely sure if you're insulting me or if you're saying that I'm better than you, or...
I think he's talking about himself getting a show on the channel.
Oh, on the show? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all you do is 94, man. You can play 94 all you want.
John could be replaced easily.
Yeah, I'm not that good.
Hi, everybody. I barely made it
I
back
don't
for
think
this
this
period
is
because
meant
I
to
was
be a
chased
hockey
down
show.
by the
It's
angry
just- that's
mob.
what's
I
been
euphemistically
It's kind of
call
what it's turned
my
into.
fans.
Like originally what I wanted to do was play like extreme sports. I wanted to play like Tony Hawk
He's
games.
not
I wanted to
meeting
play
our
SSX.
expectations,
The
that's
problem
for
with
sure.
playing
He
all
really
those
needs to
games
wake up
is
and get going,
there's
Jim.
always
He's got to juice
copyrighted
it up a bit,
music
you know?
in all those games.
Oh, yeah.
And so like when I started playing them,
Crushed.
I
He's
played
the
like
kind of
SSX a
hitter my
couple times,
grandmother could
and
only ever hope to
both
be.
those streams just got,
Mapolsky
you know,
steals it.
eliminated. They're like, nope, you can't do that.
Madden gets
So-
checked. Hedo. Stone cold.
So I was
by
like,
Hasek.
well,
What's up with this chair anyway? My
A
butt's
lot of
getting
football
sore.
recently. You've been doing hockey, so
Mapolsky shoulders Bertuzzi.
yeah, and you know, I'm planning,
Last year I did a lot of basketball.
Shoved.
and I plan on going to like, so I've been definitely hitting
Begin
hockey
gets
more just
checked.
because the NHL season started this week. But
Turned over. Gardner
I've been
has
trying
it.
to plan on playing some baseball
Gardner fires.
when like March rolls around and the baseball season
Muscled
starts.
off the puck.
So,
Body checking gives us all
but I've
hope
been
for a
definitely
utopian,
focusing on hockey
harmonious
with
wonder
the
world
hockey season
that likes
getting
hitting.
going.
Ozelinch moved it.
So I want to read back to a comment that James Bond sent.
Bertuzzi, one-timer. Thibault made the kick
Listen to
save.
where I left off, and you were asking me
Ronnie
to make a
gets
pick.
checked.
Then
It's
you said
one-on-one.
you probably
Fires
busy
it.
with the goal. You
Shove.
were right.
Begin Daze gets checked.
That's got that ESPN. He knows what's going on.
Gauthier steals the pass.
I wonder if it's one of the four levels.
Manola gets checked.
And well, he should have.
Bertuzzi.
The game music's a little
Begin
loud.
What?
The game
The
music.
door is shut by Thibault.
Oh, the game's a little high. I could turn that down. so.
McCammon right on. Turned over. LaPointe gets checked.
That was not a practice
There
hit.
is
Adams.
it's circle.
Oh, and it looks like
I
these
de-
two
I definitely-
have had
that
enough
first
of each
line-
other.
You might say they're underutilizing their social
Oh God, dude, I didn't hurt him at all.
Combatants
My
were
first
set
line
by
was
a
definitely
minute
in way
for
too long.
fighting.
That wasn't really a beating, Jim. More like a juicing.
Oh, shit.
Gross.
Out of each other.
Yeah, it goes real quick.
Greg says, and currently every series is a sweep. Bring the broom, baby.
Oh, Bally
Are
1402
they
is
half series?
Damn it. Fuck out of here.
Gets checked. He knocked on the door. The sledgehammer. Hasek made the save. LaPointe gets muscled off the puck.
If aliens from space saw that hit,
That's why with the original
No.
NES
Earth
games,
is not ready for first contact.
you don't got that copyright issue.
Pushed off the
Yeah,
That hit
that's
was
a
the right
sweet
move.
thing.
job. Shoved.
Yeah, beeps and boops. Beeps and boops, baby. Oh, Madden. One on none.
I don't know how much
Madden.
your stream got pulled, but I mean, it just doesn't get monetized usually if there's copyrighted music.
Yeah, that's what happens. You just the monetization goes away. So basically, it means less money you can make at the Retro Space Gamer Championship there, Green Magic. So you don't want that.
Good to know. Good to know.
As the defending champion, like 2 years in a row, whatever, 3 years in a row, I don't know. I feel like you just keep winning the thing.
I got second the first year, and I'm so pissed about it.
Jacob's asking, how are you all playing the same game? PS2 game, or is it just two of them watching? We're just watching.
Yeah, it's just them watching me. I'm getting worked right now.
We're just being smart asses. And,
I'm having a rough game, man.
Getting down.
It looks like a rough
Yeah,
one. You're not getting enough happy in the game.
Many, like,
No, I think I need to put Happy on the first line. Make it happen.
I'm not feeling flow. I'm not feeling like. Well, Greg's saying work the cycle. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not feeling some synergy with these guys. Haven't played together long enough.
Sean, try talking. I thought I heard echoing coming.
More talking? No? Yeah.
No, it's
Work the
fine
cycle.
now.
Okay. I say I sure hope it's fine. I bought a new mic so that I wouldn't have that fucking echo. So like it better be okay.
Well, that's why I was surprised when I heard it. It must have just been some weird anomaly.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore.
Is he in?
He is. He's top line. He's my top line center
yeah.
now.
Top line center.
Looking at Bateman Gilmore with the puck. There
Oh,
we go. Oh, he gets checked.
son of a bitch! Spoiler alert for you two.
The emotion meter went down, but they scored.
That was from way outside.
Oh.
Hoslick, what you doing, buddy?
I know, Dominic needs to be better. I also need to just get more shots.
Echoes just mean more Sean. I'm down with that.
So I feel like the jump from the highest difficulty in 2001 to 2002 is quite a jump, because in 2001 I handled myself no problem. I was able to keep up and win games and stuff, but man, this version I feel like I'm just getting absolutely worked.
Stanley Cup team doesn't lose their first game of the season, Sean. It's historically never happened.
Big save! I don't think that's true.
That was a good movement. Adam. I like that. That was a play. I was asking if it's on All-Star.
It's on what's called difficult, which was All-Star in the previous version of the game.
So there's only easy, medium, difficult.
Yeah, in this version they added the beginner before those three. But yeah, so it's the beginner, easy, like pro, or it's like easy, or beginner, easy, pro, and then like all-star, which now is turned to difficult instead of all-star for some reason. I don't
Hey
know.
now, you're difficult. Get the game on. Get paid.
Yeah, Smash Mouth was like, excuse me, all-star is our word. Yeah, get in the box.
Cocktail. That was rude. 2 minutes for rudeness.
So I mean, in the Stanley Cup run that I had in 2000, I played it on, the all-star difficulty or whatever, and I lost the first 3 games that I played, but then I won the next 4 and ended up winning on through the Stanley Cup. So it's like there's that few games where I need to figure out how do I score, how do I play defense.
Maybe it's also like Tecmo, where, except it's not easy at first. It's hard at first, and then if you get behind the 8 ball, then it's easier. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, and that could be too.
He said you were the 8th seed, so maybe you were playing a team with a really good record or something.
In
Oh,
the
that could have gone.
oh come on. In the NHL 2000, I was the 5 seed. The last fantasy draft we did was in 2001. For 2001, we did get into the playoffs as the 8 seed. But I didn't play anything in the playoffs because we went to the conference finals and then got swept there. So I'll only play again if we get to the Stanley Cup. I need to get a line change. Jesus.
These guys are getting juked. Serious. Looking like a brand stopper.
What happened? What?
Bertuzzi!
Oh, okay. So I had the puck though. So why is the play stopping? What the hell is that? I had a shot at the net there. That was some bullshit.
I forgot how much I spaced out when hockey's being played.
You what?
I space out a lot when hockey's being played. I only like playing hockey myself.
Ah, damn it. Well, I got shut out.
Yeah.
I felt like the team had a lot of potential though. I felt like the forwards had some good shots. I felt like we had the advantage moving into the zone, but I don't know. I felt like I got stoned a lot more than I should have. I also wasn't changing lines as much as I should have.
Their goalie really adjusted to one-timers. Like, he just slid right over. He was not fooled for a second.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's one thing I noticed when I like play, because like every time before I go on stream, I play like one game just so I can kind of know the controls, and that was one thing I couldn't figure out. Like I felt like no matter what I did, I was gonna get stopped. It was like I came across, take a slap shot, stopped. But most of the time, like when I tried to come across and take a slap shot, the slap shots are so slow in this game to charge up that I can't get a chance. And yeah, like AJ just said, I got outshot 34-13. I got absolutely destroyed. So I mean, it's
Hasek was taking a lot of shots.
yeah. Oh yeah,
You
Ashik was
completed
getting
some tasks.
pelted. All right,
You
so
completed tasks, though.
I did. I completed a bunch of tasks.
What's up, Metal Face?
All right, so after game 1, we're 0-1, not looking good, but I feel like our team though has some good, got a lot of up ways to go. I think we got a good team here. I think we got a lot of potential, a lot of offense. So let's go ahead and simulate up to November. So let's simulate through October, see how we do. So like in 2001, I just simulated each month, check the standings, see where we're at. So we're in the East, and we are, after 10 games, we are 4-3-3. So we got 3 ties. So we're not
bad.
losing
Not bad.
much. I mean, one of those losses was me, so I mean we're not doing bad. Let's see how we do through November now.
We're not in playoffs, though.
No,
right?
we're not in the playoffs right now. Not in playoff contention, but I mean, it's not a terrible place to be.
It's weird because usually you just got to be at 500 to make the playoffs, right?
I mean, technically we're like a little below 500 if you think about it, but so we'll just go ahead and do auto lines.
Oh,
Let it
I was
do.
thinking that ties count as like nothing, but I'm
No,
not familiar with how
ties
hockey
give
counts.
you, so ties give you 1 point, whereas wins give you 2 points. So like you get 2 points for a win, 0 points for a loss, 1 point for a tie. So there's 2 points being distributed to a team every game, which is how it used to be. That's how the NHL was until somewhere late 2000, maybe 2010 or later, somewhere in there. And that's where the point where it became the overtime losses started to come in, and then like the shootout losses and all that. For a few years, they actually had like the 4 digits, so it was like win, loss, what was it like, or overtime
Like
losses,
overtime loss,
and
overtime win.
something. Yeah, it was I forget what it was, but they had like 4 things in their record for like a couple years, and they're like, yeah, it's too confusing because basically 2 of those spots gave you 1 point, and then the other, then the other 2 were win and loss. So it was like 2 points or 0 points. So it was like, well, let's just, if you win in overtime, you go ahead and have a win. So they changed it.
Yep.
But let's see where we are at after that month. So we moved up to 6th in the conference at this point. So we're 11, 8, and 5 now.
Oh yeah.
So moving up in the world.
Oh shit!
Our 27
Creeping,
points.
we creeping.
Which I wonder what division are we in? Ottawa's division? Are we borderlining top of our division? No, we are not. That's a shitty
snap.
division right there. We're stuck in division with Carolina, who's tearing it up. Tampa Bay, Washington, we're all tied up there. We got this division that's solid with Jersey and New York up there on top. All right. Let's move to January, see how we do.
Yeah, Carolina's really running away with that division.
Oh, yeah.
I get the 1 seed in their conference.
I agree with
One of the
Greg.
top
I love
2.
how fast this simulates.
Yeah, it does simulate very quickly. Just
Especially
throw the games in,
considering how long like a Tecmo season takes to simulate.
Oh, yeah, the Tecmo season takes forever. Well,
Oh, he's
43
fatigued.
points.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got
Hasek
give
is
Hasek
fatigued.
needs a little break. We're still at the 6th seed though. It's too bad we're not in Ottawa's division because that 3rd spot in the playoff. Well, you know what? It could actually work out for us if we just stick into the 6th seed because then we play that shitty division champion.
Hell yeah.
So AJ says,
Get
"What
down.
happened to Happy?"
Go rest the pocket.
Let's see what is our team looking like at this point. How are we looking stat wise?
Who's doing shit? Who's not doing shit? Who needs to get their ass cut?
So our goal scorers are Bertuzzi, Aginla, and Zubris. Ozelinch is up there. Where is Happy, man? What the hell, Happy? 1 goal? 1 goal in 29 games? 2 assists? Wow.
Man, it's like he should retire from
Jeez.
hockey and play something
It
else.
looks like he's getting scratched a little bit. 37 games played.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he looks like he's getting scratched a little. Okay. So he kind of sucks apparently to the point where the auto lines are scratching him.
General manager it's time for Jerry Jones to come in and just make him start no matter what.
You put him in. Starter.
Listen, I think he's a good kid, and he needs some more time.
Top of the line though is Todd Bertuzzi, Aginla, and Lidstrom up there at the top. Bertuzzi and Aginla carrying the team, about averaging just under a point a game. We don't have any guys that are going a point above. Our goalies, yikes for our backup, dude. Snow is not looking good. Sorry, Eli, but looks like you're blowing it, bud. Your backup goalie was a bad choice right now. Dominic's doing okay. He could do better.
1-2-1. That's not terrible.
No, he's not terrible. Happy Gilmore up there with the penalty minutes.
Oh yeah, that's what we need him for.
Yeah, except Aginla actually has more than him. Well, that's because he has 10 more games. Okay, 10 more games and only 4 more. So clearly,
He's minus 12.
yeah, a solid
Gilmore's
minus 12.
Not the only.
A solid minus 12.
Nope.
All right,
Only
Happy.
Barnaby is worse, it looks like.
Yeah, that is true. Barnaby is worse and less points. All right, so let's go ahead and go through January then. Let's see where January takes us. Ooh, we could simulate up to the All-Star game. So last time I did this, I went into the All-Star game just to see the rosters, see if we had anyone in the All-Star game. We had 2 defensemen in the All-Star game last time. I should keep track of how many All-Stars we have each time, too.
Well, you
Ooh,
got it
we
in
got
your
a
head
trade.
right now. So you're doing well.
They want to give us Jelberg, but they want 2 of our kind of bottom line defensemen. All right, chat, what are you thinking? Do we want Jelberg for Johnson Malakov? Keep in mind, we don't have a whole lot of defensemen. Patrick says nay.
Also, why are they trying to get rid of Jelberg?
Yeah, right?
Oh,
AJ also says no. All right, so we got a lot of no's. Bally's jumping in with a no. I agree with the no. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. All right, so before we go,
hell no.
before we, a hell no, not just no. Fuck you, man. All right, so riding in, we're sitting at the 5 seed now, so we're moving up in the world a little bit. So I mean, we got a solid team, man. We're sitting in here at the tops. We're cruising into the playoff spots right now. Let's.
That's up Ottawa. Ottawa dropped.
Were they up there? Oh yeah, Ottawa. Well, yeah, because they're competing with Montreal for that division leader. So I mean, it's 59 or 58.
Carolina looks like they dropped a little bit. They were dominating.
Oh yeah, where did they go? Oof. They took a hard drop, dude. They're down to the 11th. Big drop for Carolina. Yikes.
God, I thought they were gonna like fucking run away with it.
Yeah.
Wonder if they got some people hurt or something.
Yeah, I would think so. With the way they were up there at the top, they're gone now. All right, so with our scores, we got Iginla and Bertuzzi up top. We got Iginla higher in the assist. Lidstrom showing up the assist. Bertuzzi up there. So we got only one guy that's above a point a game. That's Jerome Iginla. Bertuzzi a little bit below. So Bertuzzi, Iginla, Lidstrom, clearly the top 3 players on our team. So let's see which of those get into the All-Star game. I mean, I guess we could. I didn't check the goaltending situation. See how we're doing there. Hasek only at 265. Save percentage is still below 91. I would think you're not going to be into 4 shutouts is a lot though halfway through a season. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. So like I said, I go ahead and I play the All-Star game. I just check the rosters and then I just leave just to see what we got in the All-Star game, see if anything happens here. None of the key players are our guys. None of the guys with the new statuses are.
Ronick, a name I recognize.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Is that how the
your
All-Star
number
game
one
is often
All-Star.
organized? North America versus the world?
Yeah, so through the early 2000s, that's how they did it. So it was East-West through most of the 90s, and then when they got to the 2000s, they did the North American All-Stars versus the World All-Stars, and they did that through most of the 2000s. And then they went back to conference, and then currently what they do is by division. So like there's 4 divisions, and so they would do a 3-on-3 tournament. So like the first period's the 2 West divisions, the second period's the 2 East divisions, and then the third period is the winner of the 2 other conferences. So then it's like one conference division wins the whole thing. So it's a cool way they do it. I really like how they do it now. They're always changing the way they do their All-Star game, which makes it really a lot of fun. But so here we go. So the world team, we got
Patrick is in there?
what? It looks like it. It looks like he
Perhaps
was
he's in there?
selected. Yeah, it looks like he was selected when the pause menu puts him up there. 5th in the league with that percentage. Must have been a lot of goals going on this season. So we got Bure, Dimitra, Fedorov, Hemerlich, Hossa, Yager, Sami Kapanen, Kovalev, So we got a defenseman. We got Nicholas Lidstrom in there for the world team. Marcus Naslin, Nedved, Inema, Owen Nolan, Zygmunt Palffy, Sami Salo, Ashen, Alexei Zednik. So for the world team, looks like we have Nicholas Lidstrom. I don't recognize any of the other teams as our players. For the North America team, so Allison Arnott, Rob Blake, Eric Desjardins, Yager still dummying people in Czech Republic. Oh, yeah, he is. He's like 50 years old, and he's still tearing up the leagues there in Czech Republic. It's ridiculous. Oh, man, that dude's awesome. All right, so anyway, North American team, Desjardins, Fleury, Leach, Lemieux, Lindros, McInnes, McGillis, Madano, Primo, Pronger, Recchi, Roenick, Sakic, Thornton, Doug Waite. Wow. So the only skater we have is Nicholas Lidstrom. And then we have Dominik Hasek, our goalie. So we have Dominik Hasek and Nicholas Lidstrom. So 2 players, again, like we had with 2001. 2001 was 2 defensemen. 2002, 1 defenseman and 1 goalie.
It's because
So-
we don't play selfish hockey. We play team hockey.
We play team hockey.
And-
That's how we do it.
and no one blows the top off with fucking points and shit.
Here, AJ, let me remind you why Garth Snow is not in the All-Star game, since you are wondering why. A goals against average of 4.21 and a save percentage of 88. I sure hope no one's getting in the All-Star game with those stats.
I think our all-star goalie might be what edges us out to the Stanley Cup.
All right, so let's go ahead and simulate
Classic
through into
Chapter.
March now. See how we do. Oh, I was wondering why February was so blank. This was, and 2002 was the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake. So
Oh, wow.
NHL had 2 weeks off. So that's why there is almost no games there in February. So the games were just
I was gonna
empty
ask-
scheduled, yeah.
I was gonna ask, are the newest hockey games, do they only do shortened COVID seasons, or do they kind of have an option where you can kind of pretend like
Yeah, I don't-
have a full season?
I don't know. I mean, NHL 20 was created before the season was shortened, so they had the whole roster, the whole season on there. So, like, it even goes through the rest of the season that was technically canceled. But I don't know. I didn't buy NHL 21. I think NHL 21 was released before the actual official roster came out. So I don't know what schedule they actually have. If anyone on the chat has NHL 21 and can inform us of what went on with that, that would be awesome, because I'd like to know how did they schedule that. AJ just says your schedule just stops at March 12th. So here we are. We're sitting at the 4 seed now in the playoffs. I don't remember if we're with Washington or New Jersey in this scenario.
Ooh, we're up to a 4th seed, dude. We creeping.
Oh, we're sitting behind Washington. Where did
Washington's the leader of the division.
Washington's the leader of the division here, so we're
Oh,
three
dude, we're not
three
far behind,
points.
though.
Yeah, 3 points behind moving
We're not
into
far
a top
behind,
3
dude.
seed.
That's nothing.
Yeah, we can
That's
jump in
nothing,
there. We
dude.
got 20 games left in the season. We got a lot of time, and we just keep moving up.
We got Dominik Hasek.
Oh
fucking
yeah,
trending.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Goes
we
in.
got one game under our belt.
Took us a second, but now we're gelled. Okay.
So Bally
That's
says
like-
that the new game has the original schedule, but it would be cool to have like an
BRB.
update with the change in the schedule and the new divisions, which I agree, that would be a cool option to have the 56 game season with your new divisions, so basically 8 games against, you know, the 7 teams you play. That would be kind of fun to actually be part of that. So we got a couple guys, hot streaks coming to end. Quint recovered from his injury. Zubris is day to day. A lot of things happening there. Trade deadline's over. No more trades.
Aw, that was the most exciting moment for me.
Oh, so sorry, man. You didn't tell me to trade anyone.
James Bond says, "I'm so high. I just realized that the fantasy draft." I'm pulling back in the video and was like, "Why doesn't the image change? I thought you guys just were chatting. And that's why the screen stayed." That's lovely.
All right. So we're still sitting at the 4 seed, but we are literally tied with the team at the 3 seed, and they played one more game than us, so we could jump into the top 3. Ottawa in the shitty division has jumped into the 2nd seed. New Jersey is running away with the conference, though. Running away with the whole NHL, really, if you look at it. I don't know what New Jersey has, but they are just...
They got Eli the Wolf. That's why they got.
Man, I feel like we got to go see what their roster looks like, because they are just... They're running away
See
with
what their
it.
secret is.
Yeah.
Also, we're tied with Washington.
Yeah, we're right in there, man. We could jump into those top spots right now. All right, so New
Any
Jersey,
day.
they got Pavel Bure, that helps. Todd Gill on defense. Scott Hartnell young. Marion Hossa pretty good years. Lane Cow, David Legwan, who's hurt. They got some injured players that are good though, so they could drop a little bit here. I don't know how long they're hurt for. Mike Ricci, Randy Robitaille, who's cold. Orion Smith, early in his career when he was good. They got an Ed Belfour in net, so I mean they got a good, solid team, but they also have 2 of their solid players hurt. So I mean it doesn't look like they have anything fantastic, anything that's going to be a game changer. So I don't know, man.
Might get knocked out in the first round.
Yeah, they could drop it real quick. They could. Iceline says, "Did I see a Cleveland or was that Columbus?" That is Columbus. So this is the 2nd year of Columbus being in the league. So Columbus does exist, and they're finding a way in. Minnesota also same year. So those 2 teams were new teams last year's game. So in NHL 2001, it was the first game that you would have seen them in. And so this is the 2nd year they'd be here, and they're both playoff contention right now with their fantasy draft teams.
I like how you had to say fantasy draft teams.
Yeah.
'Cause James Bond was confused.
Yeah, fantasy draft temes. All right,
He
so
went on to say that when he was scrolling through the gameplay, he was wondering how he hadn't played a game for over an hour.
we're just hanging out. All right, so we have only a few games left. Okay, we technically haven't clinched a spot in the playoffs, but it's almost all but sure at this point that we are going to be making a 2nd playoff appearance for our fantasy draft teams here. But we'll go ahead and see. So
We got this shit.
I
Got
can
this
understand that, James Bond. You gotta really like player names and stats and
a
stuff like
head
that.
laceration? That sounds brutally painful. Jesus.
No, it's fine.
Sounds like a hockey injury though.
Yeah.
It's only day-to-day injury.
All right. Last day of the NHL. So let's see where we are going into the very last day. The last day we have a playoff spot clinched. Looks like if we win,
hell yeah.
we jump to the 3 seed though.
Oh hell yeah!
So we win, we jump up a seed. Could be big for us.
Win, and
New
you're
Jersey, New Jersey
Win,
still.
and we're in.
Well, we're already in.
Is Dallas still kicking it?
Jersey's
other
Jersey's
side.
still killing it. Dallas definitely still on top as well. So they got 4 teams up at the top. Chicago kind of getting that extra jump because they're winning the division here.
Columbus gonna knock them down though. Columbus gonna knock off Dallas, no problem.
Oh yeah, Columbus and Minnesota expansion teams into the playoffs.
Yep.
Fake expansion teams, you know, because they're not actually expansion at this point. Let's see who's. Well, we'll play our last game, and then we'll see.
Yeah, gameplay.
Oh, teriyaki is better from the flu.
I agree with you, Dave.
All right.
I definitely see the appeal to this though. But
It's I mean I like
feel
I
you.
like the gameplay as well. It's definitely something I like to do a little bit more, but so if
I like there
we
being
get
a
to Stanley
theme of
Cup,
it,
we'll get
though.
that gameplay in.
I like the theme, and then also like the viewers get to have some influence on what the team is and everything. I don't know. It's always
Yeah.
fun to get the viewers involved.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Let them pick the team, see what their team does, you know. So end of the season, Jerome McGinley leads the team in goals with 33. Bertuzzi just behind him with 31. St. Louis, even a young St. Louis, still nets 23. So only 3 20-goal scorers. Whereas in 2001, we had 8 20-goal scorers. 8 guys score over 20 goals.
Oh,
So big difference in the spread
was the
of our goal
same-
scoring.
was the
So-
same number of games?
Yeah,
that
same
during the
number of
season?
games. Yeah,
Oh.
we played 82 games.
Okay.
We had 82 games both times. We only have 3 20-goal scorers this time. So a lot more guys scoring goals than in this season. Our assists, we still have Ginlow, Lidstrom, Bertuzzi. Only one guy averaging more than a point a game. So, I mean, really leveled out here. Not a whole lot of top-level scoring. Gilmore looks like he stopped playing halfway through the season. Only played 43 games.
wow.
Apparently he started getting benched with 74 penalty minutes.
Still not enough potential.
He was too
70.
Wow.
Too toxic in the locker room.
I'm sure. I didn't check our goalie.
He talked about golf too much. It was weird.
So Hasek played a massive majority of the game. He played 75 games, which nowadays NHL, that is unheard of. If you play more than 60 games in a season, you are definitely the go-to guy. But man, that is a lot of games. To hit 70 is
Like
just
Snow improved his
ridiculous.
percentage. 88.7.
It's not bad, but his goals against average is almost 4. Like, so I don't know what's going on, but seems like he wasn't stopping a whole lot of pucks when he did play.
Huh.
All right, so moving on to the playoffs as the number 3 seed. So we did get that win, move up to the 3 seed. So here's what it looks like going in. Let's see how we do.
F up those Rangers.
Let's do it.
Rangers are toast.
Boiler up.
So first game we take a 3-2 loss. So losing the first game, not a good start, especially since we're playing in the ATL. Go down
Atlanta.
2-0, lost 3-1.
Lost
All right.
I don't love it. Don't love it.
Oh boy. I don't like where this is going. Down 2-0 already. Yake's
one,
out.
We
All right,
need this one.
1 on the road, 1-0. Hasek stepped up because our offense can't score. Apparently, we score 1. We've scored 4 goals in 3 games. It's all about Hasek right now. Dominic, we need Dominic to keep it going. Hey, we tied it. 1-2-1 in overtime. So
yeah.
again, Hasek stepping up. low-scoring games, man. Real life, the Rangers swept Atlanta in the playoffs. Psh, this ain't real life, bud.
Just grabbing those. grabbing those.
All right.
This isn't real life. This
New-
is just
It's
fantasy.
a new thing. New thing here. Let's check out the playoff tree, though. Let's see if we have any sweeps.
We got
San
an
Jose
OT
sweeps Minnesota. So one of those expansion teams gone. Otherwise, a lot of 2-2s. A lot of 2-2s, man.
Yeah, a bunch
Devils-
of ballerinas out here.
Although, look,
Yeah.
Green Magic, you called it, though. The Devils are on the brink of elimination here. Devils are about to get
San
bounced.
Jose. 7 seed sweeping the 2.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Big sweep there. Interesting,
I'll go.
man.
I'll go trying to take it though.
Think
Florida,
who?
yeah,
Man, I'd like to see Florida take it, man. That'd be awesome. All right, let's see. Can we keep this going? Keep our win streak going? All we do. 3-2 win. Finally get some offense. Scored more than 2 goals in a game for the first time in the playoffs. That's nice.
I'll say
Also-
Carlo got one of the goals.
Also, check it out. Devils are done. Devils are done.
Oh,
That team that was dominating all
might not.
season, they're gone. They're gone.
shots
Florida's
were low
moving
too
on.
Quick.
Ottawa's up 3-2. Washington's up 3-2. Columbus is up 3-2. Hawks are up 3-2. Colorado took it.
Iceberg says New Jersey better pull the Celtics out of their ass and win the series.
Ah, well, too late.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're out of here.
They gone.
And it looks like we won. We moved on.
Hey,
Won a 4-3. We scored 4 goals in a game. We just keep offense is starting to happen. Here we go.
4 goals.
Here we
4
go.
more goals.
Let's check out that playoff tree, see how it looks. Man, look at the West. The West is literally every top seed is gone. It is the 5,
Chicago got
6,
bounced.
7, 8. They're all bounced.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
That has never happened before in the NHL.
That is
Never,
insane.
never.
I mean, at least one of the high seeds. At least one of the high seeds normally goes. In the East, though, it's split in half, man. We had 2 upsets and two
3-8-5.
that should happen. So, Devils gone, and we got the
Really
Washington
coming off of
Capitals
a-
gone.
He's coming off a very close series.
All right. So yeah, the
James
Phillies
Bond,
Phillies
to
just
answer
coming
your
off a
question,
7.
I've been doing a coding class, and it's been taking up a lot of my time, so that's why I haven't been streaming a lot.
All right, here we go. Round 2 into the semis, the conference semis. One first game. Dude, we're on a 5-game winning streak. We're just blowing through it. 4-3 in OT.
Hell yeah!
So we got Florida, who took out the top seed Devils, continuing to win as well. Colorado, Edmonton.
Colorado rumbling through.
Colorado, yeah, they won in 5 in the first round, so they're rumbling through.
Edmonton putting a dick on San Jose's ass. I'm surprised Greg isn't cheering for San
Right?
Jose.
Yeah, I know, right? Wanting San Jose, the 7 seed San Jose, right? Thrashers thrashed their way back, you could say. Absolutely, we did. So Colorado goes up
San Jose
2-0.
gets a dub.
Well, we tie. We drop a game. We tie. Florida just keeps going, man. Florida's feeling it right now. Dropping wins on the 2 seed now. Taking out the 1 seed in the first round, going for the 2 seed now. Just mowing through the teams. San Jose levels it out. I'm all about the Dirty Birds. All right, let's see if we can do it in Philly now. Ooh, we dropped another one. That's
You
2 in
missed
a row.
Pandemic.
Ottawa finally shows up, though. Not letting Florida go. Columbus
Yeah.
shows up. Edmonton takes the lead on San Jose. All right, we need a win here, though.
Here's the real question: will a Canadian team advance to the Stanley Cup Finals?
Ooh, that's true. What do we have left? We have Edmonton and Ottawa. So we got 2 out of the 8 teams left. That's it, man. Ottawa's down. Edmonton's up.
Need this dub though.
We dropped it. We lost it. We lost that one. We're in real big trouble now. Man.
You gotta play to save it, Sean.
Did you see how first game I played went? I don't think me playing would save it. I think we're better off. I think we're better off right now.
What team did you play though? I forget.
I played the Sabres, who I don't even think made the. I don't even think they made the playoffs, man. Yeah, they're toast. Buffalo, 10 seed. They're 2 points out of the playoffs. They weren't there, man.
But maybe they just started hot and dropped off. You never know.
Yeah, it's possible.
Like
they could have. They could have. So Colorado jumps up 3-1.
Do or die.
So Colorado and Philly's up 3-1. The other series are tied.
Oh, man.
Right.
I hate that we lost that in overtime. Those hurt.
Oh, absolutely. Those are brutal. Those are brutal. Here we go. Oh, we fucking lost. went all the way to the Stanley Cup. Ottawa Senators win the cup. We're done. We lost in the conference semis. Didn't even make it past the second round.
Oh, all right, Senators, Ottawa.
Good for the Canadian team.
Yeah.
Beating the San Jose Sharks in 6. Man. How did that last game go?
What was their team?
Lost 4-2. Man, we just got taken down by the Flyers.
We needed that OT game.
We did. That was tough, man. Because that team that we had was.
Are there any game stats on that one?
No, there's no game stats. That's kind of a bummer. We can't look at the actual stats of the game. See like where the goals were scored or anything.
Right, like if there's any momentum shifts or anything.
Yeah. No, it just gives us the score. Bummer, man, because this team, the team we had was definitely better than the one we took to the conference finals as the Ducks in 2001. So it's a bit of a bummer to watch this team drop the way we did.
Yeah. Brutal.
Yeah. Tough. Let's see what the awards are here, though. So our awards, we got, obviously, Senators won the cup. Mr. Joe Sakic of the San Jose Sharks won the Hart Memorial, so the most valuable player. Also won the Art Ross, so scored the most points. Pavel Bure scored the most goals. The Norris, so Chris Pronger, best defenseman in the league. Kuznetsov is the best rookie for the Blue Jackets. So go to the calendar, says the calendar is actually extremely useless in this game. I mean, I'll go there for you after I look through the awards, but it's extremely useless. So Ed Belfour for the Devils, best player. As you can see, though, looking at the past winners, Hasek, our goalie, was the guy to beat. Yeah. So.
Who is Olaf Kolzig? Did he have like a solid career?
He had like 2 or 3 good years. He played for the Capitals for a few years and was really good, but got really good really fast and then dropped off really fast. So he only had a few good years, and obviously, 99, 2000 was one of the best ones. So, but yeah, he didn't do a whole lot after that. Hey, that's one of our players. Nicholas Lidstrom got the Lady Byng, the best sportsmanship. So we're a bunch of bitches. Great. Awesome. The Selke went to Pavel Demitra, best defensive forward. The Conn Smythe went to
So by the
Scott
way-
Young.
So Hasek won in real life. He won that award with the Sabres.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, the Vezina, yeah, the
in same year.
best goalie in the league. Yeah, I mean he was the best goalie in the league for a long time. He was phenomenal. And
That went Kolzig, then him.
yeah, Kolzig just showed up, had one really good year, looked a little bit better, and it was like, oh okay. And then the Jennings Trophy.
Jose Theodore.
What?
Jose Theodore won after Hasek. 2001, 2002.
Oh, in the year of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Jose Theodore had a couple good years. So the Jennings Trophy is the one where the team with the least amount of goals, which in the past you would normally see one goalie basically take this award for the most part. As years have passed, you start to see more and more two goalies because after they play a certain amount of games, they then get accounted into this award. That's why you see in this award, Hasek won the year before, Turek won, and then the year before that you had two goalies because Turek and Belfour split the time enough to literally say, okay, well, they both did it. I think it's like if
Oh, they're
both
on the same
goalies play,
team?
yeah, because if both goalies played at least 20, like 20-some games, 30 games, something like that.
Wow.
So like if the other
That's
goalie
wild.
played, yeah, then they both, because it's basically a team award. And so
Right.
the way goalies play now, if they play more than 60 games in a year, it's like I don't know, that's a lot of games. That's a lot of games going into the playoffs, and so most goalies don't play that much anymore. So you get a lot of extra time from your backups nowadays.
Yeah. I just feel like that's a really unique situation. Like in any sport, when is there an award that's like often shared? It's
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
you said it's a team award, but like they're gonna list the goalies.
Yeah,
So
because
it's like,
the
I don't know.
stats based on the goals scored, which is centered around how much does your goalie let up. So, yeah. The Masterson to the NHL player who best exemplifies the qualities of perseverance, sportsmanship, dedication to hockey. Mr. Sakic of the Sharks won this award. Pearson, also Mr. Sakic. So the Players Association picked him as the best player. We have Eric Lindros, who won the most 3-star awards. This is the EA Sports Trophy Award, which isn't a real thing. So it's all made up.
Yet they still gave it to Dominic Hasek for 3 years.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Maybe they actually went back and like calculated how, because like the 3 stars of a game is a real thing. So maybe they went back and like
Right.
calculated all the like 3-star awards. I don't know. I doubt it. But anyway, and then you have the President's Trophy, the best team in the regular season, which was the Devils, who lost in the first round, which is actually more common than you think.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wanted to bring up at some point, like I talk hockey with my one of my roommates. He's big into hockey, and he's explained that what look like big upsets, like an 8 defeating a 1 seed, happens a lot more in hockey than it does in basketball for sure.
Oh yeah.
And definitely, and like NFL as well, and probably baseball too. Like a bottom seed's not going to beat the 1 seed, but in hockey, it has to do with like momentum and gelling together and matchups so much.
Oh
that
yeah.
It's not like the 1 seed is just like dominant, even if their record is really good. It's like the 8 seed comes in there, they kind of have this like, back up against the wall mentality, and it's not crazy, rare for the 8 seed to beat the 1 seed.
Yeah, it's not rare at all. I mean, it happens. I mean, 2 years ago, you had the Tampa Bay Lightning, who were supposed to just roll through, and they got swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets, like 4-0, 8-1, real quick, done, just like that. And I mean, that's not the first time it's happened. Like it happens frequently in the NHL that the 8 seed will take a win. I mean, there's probably 9 or 10 seeds in the NHL that could compete in the playoffs. I mean, like, it's very much shown with the whole COVID thing that happened this season is that they ended up expanding the playoffs to 12 seeds just because they're like, well, the season ended short, so we'll just go ahead and open up to 12 seeds. And then you saw teams like the Canadiens made a run for possibly winning against the 5 seed because it was like the top 4 seeds were in no matter what. But then 5 through 12, they all had to play a quick 5-game series to get into the actual playoffs. And the Blackhawks, as a 12 seed, not deserving at all of the playoffs, ended up beating the 5 seed Oilers and getting into the playoffs, and then getting their ass whooped by the number 1 seed Vegas. But like it's insane. And then AJ talks about how the Kings, I think the first cup of the was it the 2 of them that they won, like the 2011, 2014 or something like that, 2012, 2014, in that era. They one of those cups they won, they were the 8 seed as won all the way through the playoffs as the 8 seed, won the cup. I mean, you're not going to see that in the NBA. The NBA, if you see someone below a 4 seed even win the first round, you're like, whoa, what happened? So, I mean,
or even
it's crazy.
Even at 8 seed, like the Clippers got a couple games on the Warriors a couple years ago, 8 seed on a 1 seed. And even winning 2 games was just like, oh my God, what happened?
Yeah. It's like, what the hell's wrong with that team? Like, what the hell's wrong with the 1 seed? Why are they losing 2 games?
Makes you speculate, like, are they purposely losing to get more money or whatever? But, but if you have 8 seeds consistently competing and winning cups sometimes, and like you said, you have the 9th and 10th seeds each year that could compete, I think it forces the league. You have to open up that playoff to more teams. Like it does you no good to have teams that could compete for a championship stay home in the off season. Like, that does nothing for you. Like you want all the teams that can compete in there in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean it makes a difference to be able to have that competition and show like which you see all these teams.
More fan bases, more people are invested. Maybe this isn't a good year for the NFL as an example, but they opened up the playoff from 6 to 7 seed, which numbers wise, it just sounds so weird. But
yeah.
And then you had the Colts. They went into overtime against the Bills, the number 2 seed, or it wasn't overtime, but it was like a field goal.
Yeah.
The game. So it's like they were super competitive. So it's just like,
but and then you think about even the teams that didn't make it in the AFC. You had like 2 other 10-6 teams that didn't even make it, right?
Oh, there was only the Dolphins were probably a decent team. Like Dolphins could have made it in the AFC and the NFC. It could have been the Cardinals, but they were also 8-8. It's like when you're
the NFC was garbage. I'm talking about the AFC. The AFC had a couple teams that were right on that brink. They were all because they had a shit ton of 10-5 teams going into that last week.
Yeah, that's true. But that's really, it was 8 seeds that they were all vying for.
Yeah,
I think it was just the Dolphins that were competitive at the end there.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there, man. The playoffs were crazy. Like just going into the playoffs and everything. That was a different thing, man.
I can't pretend I'm not excited about the Packers tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, I'm not excited. I don't care.
Ah, Bears.
You jerk.
Ah, Bears.
I don't mean to be mean, but I just don't care.
You know what's funny is in a normal year, week 17, the Bears going against the Packers in Green Bay. The Bears lost. In a normal year, the Bears would have just been done because they would have been the 7th seed.
Yeah, they would have been
barely
gone.
eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, but expanding, they were all of a sudden in.
Because it's COVID, it's like, no, you can still come in. You can still be there. You're 8-8.
Yeah.
Yeah, just come on in and have some more hope.
It's fine. We can let Eric Weems drop a touchdown pass and you still lose a game. It's fine. Wims, whatever. I don't know what was his name. The guy that dropped that touchdown pass
that was
first.
bad, dude.
That was a weird
That
name.
was bad.
Oh,
Not
dude.
as weird as him dropping that pass. That was so bad.
Right through. Didn't even touch it. Didn't even touch
They
it.
only have 3 points for like 3.5 quarters. It's like, oh man, dude, that was your chance to like have a chance in this game. I mean, then they would have had to play the Packers again. Probably
Yeah.
wouldn't have happened. But
Yeah, I mean,
playoffs, man,
they don't beat
playoffs,
they
you
don't
gotta
beat the
bring it.
Packers. They don't beat the Packers. They suck.
you got to bring it when it's the playoffs. That's
Uh,
what we
so-
found out today. And yeah, Thrashers did not bring it against Philly.
Nope, they just said nope, we're done. So Iceberg says that the other time an 8th seed beat the 1st seed was in 2011 when Memphis beat the Spurs. Like, do you mean the whole series or
wow.
just like a couple games, or was that like
Probably
series
talking
done?
about, the series. I'm sure it's talking about a series.
I would think so,
Because,
yeah. AJ says who we're drafting now. Well,
Got to go Joe Sakic. I mean, he just destroyed the league.
right? I know.
Gotta
You
build
look,
it.
you look at those awards, man. Joe Sakic just cleaned
I know.
up. Look at this. Sakic beret.
He just gained a whole like new trophy, like broom.
The Sakic.
Four trophies. 4 trophies. 4 of those things went to Sakic. At least we did have a trophy winner. We had Nicholas Lidstrom win a trophy.
And Hasek won something, right?
No,
Won the
not with us.
He won the EA Sports Trophy or whatever,
Oh, did he win that one?
which was the most important one.
No, it was Lindros, man.
We didn't win anything.
Oh, my bad.
Our
I don't
goalie
think he
won
did.
trophies years when we didn't have them.
Yeah, he was great when we didn't have him. Pulled on all these awards. Look at all these awards Hashik had without us. He got the MVP 2 years without us.
That's what I was looking at, I guess. I was looking at the past winners.
Yeah. He got those EA Sports awards. He got those Lester Pearson awards. Yeah, he was money when he wasn't with us.
When he didn't have to carry the whole entire team. He was great.
Yeah. In the playoffs, dude, Bertuzzi stepped up. 6 goals. Man, see this is the problem with our team is we didn't have anyone that just stepped up and scored goals. So I think I think I liked Troy's idea of going with a goalie in the first round, but I think the way these games are set up, I mean, we saw Ed Belfour go in the 7th or 8th round or something like that. He won awards. He was like, I think he actually got the Vezina, if I remember correct. So I mean, we're talking you can wait that long. Yeah, Ed Belfour, he went like the 6th or 7th round in this fantasy draft, and he's best goalkeeper in the league. So I mean, looking at just what we
That just
we probably should not
It just
take.
goes to show, like, right, exactly. I guess you were gonna say not take a goaltender in the first round.
Yeah, we
like-
we should go for a goal
that's-
scorer. We should go for something
would've
that's
picked
gonna
Geiser,
push the limit on the offense.
Much
You
better
know?
off.
But part of that is like you just don't know what the game itself values.
Yeah.
So, your draft board is you don't really know what to, you look at this guy, you don't know if you can wait 2 rounds to get him or not. Unless
Exactly,
you're really
yeah.
familiar with the game.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think
that's
Peter kind of helped
Kinda
us with that
meta,
a little
so you
bit.
gotta know.
Or not Peter. What the?
Yeah.
I'm so bad with names.
Eli?
Patrick. Start with a P. Patrick had a good familiarity of the game, and I think he was shooting some good picks at us, which I think is why our team was as good as it was, and why they were at the top half of the conference the entire season. Whereas in 2001, we shot to the top and then slowly worked our way down and barely got into the playoffs. But I mean, he knew what he was talking about. He would tell me guys that a couple guys that I'd actually never heard of, but like were good in the game and they were gone. So I mean, he knew what he was talking about.
Okay, so this isn't fun to think about, but so in Tecmo, right? It all comes back to Tecmo. So in Tecmo, when you simulate a season, all the teams have a sim code, right? So like the 49ers have the best sim code, Bills have a great one. But some teams that suck, like the Seahawks, actually have a decent sim code. So they often or sometimes make it into the playoffs, even though by their roster it says that they should almost never make it, right? So I don't know. In these more recent games, do teams have a sim code, or do they really base completely the simulated season based on how good the players are? You know what I'm saying?
It's a good question. I
Well-
don't think we can get the answer for that, unfortunately.
I mean, based
don't
on
either.
like current day, like at this time, how teams would have been. I mean, Jersey was a very good team at the time, and so that makes sense that they could have been near the top. Otherwise, I don't really remember. I know Buffalo was good at the time, but Buffalo was only good because Hasek was very good.
Yeah.
Lumberjack, can you read the code? I'm trying to remember who was. I didn't watch a whole lot of Eastern Conference. The Western Conference, Dallas was good, Chicago was good, so they were up there. Colorado was good. At that point, Detroit was good, and they're way down here. So I mean that's something that is crazy. That like if that was in the code, that team must be really bad if it was part of the
consider
code.
too is Detroit had a pretty low pick in the fantasy draft.
They might, yeah, they could have. I mean, we could check their roster to see where they're at, see what they actually got.
Do you think we could crack this disc open and see the code?
Is that how we look at codes?
Oh yeah, we got this. We got this shit. Matt's had like a
Microscope?
whole
I
semester.
mean, geez, man, looking at their roster right now,
Had like a whole 2 months of.
halfway through the roster, I'm not excited about any player on this team. Well, Cavalier, he was a Stanley Cup winner. Trevor Linden, okay, so we're getting to some players that are good. Dmitry Marinov, Tom Poti, Aaron Ward.
I love.
I mean,
how
whoa!
much you guys
They
like
took
stats
like
that
they
you
took
can
like
sit
2
here and
goalies. They took like 2 goalies, like top like 5 rounds
Oh
wow.
shit!
to get Tommy Zola and
That's
Curtis
effed up.
Joseph, because the rest of their team
They were going
is
after
not
that,
good.
They
Yeah,
were going after that Vindalezo award or whatever.
they're not like when one of your best players is Tom Poti, you fucking suck. Okay, bottom line, you're terrible.
Hold out.
Okay, you have
Hold out.
two forwards, Linden and LeCavalier. Everyone else on your team is a fucking piece of shit. Like, Jesus Christ, man. This
We
team's
got
horrible.
a comment in the chat from Tom Poti that says, "Sean, you're awful. You lost the first game of the season." Unsubscribe.
All right, Tom. I see how it is, buddy.
I just like
You
to
can't
think
win 'em
that
all.
maybe one of these
Can't win 'em
random
all,
hockey
okay?
players are watching.
Yeah, this is not a good team. This is an awful team.
Okay,
Man.
you're saying their record reflects the talent, at least from what you're seeing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can have a great goalie, okay? But if you have no one to score goals, you have literally 2 guys on your roster that might score a goal, you're not going to do it. I mean, because like,
And they're both centers. They're not even on the same line.
I mean, you
Couldn't-
can make one of them a winger and make a power line, you know, have your first line, but then you're going to be you're going to match up against the best line of the other team. They're going to make sure that they shut down that line because that's the only 2 people you have. And so, yeah, you're fucked. Like, you got nothing. You're screwed at this point. You're not going to score goals. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to have to play defense constantly because that's the best you got. That's it. No, you're boned, man. You're boned. You got nothing here.
Or Detroit. Sorry, Matt. So sorry that Detroit was terrible this year.
I mean, AJ
really
agrees with
hard.
Tom, apparently.
Detroit
Basketball.
Not enough to drink.
Ah, boo.
Boo.
Sorry. I don't think I
We
don't
can't
think I
sync
pointed
it
out
up with
this
each
beer.
other.
I got a Maplewood Juice Pants going on here. So, yeah.
Oh,
It's a,
Juice
it's
Pants.
a, it's
I've
a, it's
never
a
had that
Chicago
I've
beer.
had Son of Juice.
It's great. This is probably one of my favorite beers. I love this beer. It is very good. Very good.
I love the
Fantastic.
Son of Juice by Maplewood.
So I drank
Maybe
a
it's
lot
powder.
of Son of Juice during like quarantine because
Mhm.
it was very limited stock that moved this far into Indiana, and Juice Pants was actually one of the more popular ones, and so they never made enough to move this far out to Northwest Indiana. So I was stuck with Son of Juice, and I was like, well, it's still good, but when Juice Pants would show up, I would buy that out because I was like, Juice Pants is just enough better that I'm gonna hit that up. But yeah, both fantastic beers, amazing beers.
I don't think I've ever had Juice Pants. I'm gonna have to F that up.
Oh,
sometime.
it's a step up from Son of Juice, which is a very good beer, but yeah, it's just a little bit better, I think.
I'll be the judge of that.
Let's see what kind of things were moved throughout
I
the
live
year.
like a quarter mile away from Evanston, so I'm sure I can get my hands on that somehow.
Look at this. So Tom Pody was acquired from Boston for Ninema. So they made a trade. Okay. Interesting, because that was one of their best players, was Tom Pody. And then okay. Ray Ferraro was acquired from Boston. After Tom Pody was just thrown all over the place. Jesus, what a slut. Apparently I was looking at the most recent transactions. I'm trying to look for like big names that might have been moved. Zhitnik went from the Rangers to Carolina. Spacek went from the Rangers to Tampa Bay. Or no, Tampa Bay to the Rangers.
So when I've been looking up some of these hockey guys, I see some of them played minor league for the Hershey Bears, and I just think that's the most funny, awesome name for a hockey team.
Oh, dude, that's the best name. We all love Hershey Bears.
Hershey Bears.
It's a great one.
No, I want chocolate.
Maybe Chicago Hershey Bears. I don't know. It just needs to happen.
I feel like if the Hershey Bears go anywhere, they need to go back to Hershey, right? That's where they still are, though, right?
I was about to say, like,
I was like, they're
probably,
still in Hershey, Pennsylvania, right?
I hope so.
I would think so. Pody started in Buffalo. Yeah, he did. He did start in Buffalo when Buffalo beat the shit out of me.
But you were still finding who you were. You were finding who you were.
That's what I keep telling people.
And then you all went to the 3 seed. You won your division, basically.
Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't get to the Stanley Cup. Because if we made it to the Stanley Cup, I don't think I would have won. Because I cannot figure out how to score a goal in this game.
You would have destroyed, man.
I cannot figure out how to score a goal in this game. It's
like, Happy
terrible.
Gilmore would have been so rested up, he would have been just ready to rip it.
Oh, yeah, so, like I said, Greg, here's how the calendar is. You can view it. You can't actually look at anything on the calendar. Just stare at it. Here's the calendar.
It's beautiful. I remember getting
no matter what button I push,
from the bars.
there's nothing I could do to actually view a thing. But I know what you're talking about, the because I remember playing some of these NHL games on PC, and you could like actually like move through and click on them and actually like view a whole box score and stuff, and it was kick ass, dude. I loved playing NHL games for PC. It fucking ruled. No, this
now
is,
you look at the bottom of the screen.
So you get,
it only says triangle back. It's like there's no going into these games.
You can either stare at it or you leave. You look at it or you get the fuck out.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Move on. Move on. They want you to get to that next season.
Like just keep going, asshole. Man,
Right,
Pavel
so,
Bure. Wow, 67 goals.
So in general, Sean,
Yep.
Tom seems to really enjoy football games from like the early 2000s. Like he thinks that they were some really solid football games. It's almost like the golden age, basically, when Madden had some competition and etc. You feel like hockey games is this like a really good moment in a hockey game history?
So I still feel like there was sorry to kind of cut you off in the middle of your question, but I feel like at this point you're still kind of in this transition between trying to figure out if you're a simulation or arcade, and because like in the 90s it's like you're trying to be a simulation, but it's not quite a simulation. It's arcadey enough because you have to condense it enough. And then as you move in here, you're actually able to expand with the graphics and all that. And so you're able to make it like a little bit better in that way. But the gameplay is still very similar. So it's still very arcadey. But then as you continue to move forward, you're continuing able to add the different types of passes, the different types of things you can do with the gameplay. And so I think the actual golden age, the best part of hockey, I think you get into the later 2000s, so like 2008 through 2012, 13. I think that age is really where you hit that soft spot of you leave the arcade zone, because the ones you see here, the ones we're playing right now, I think you hit a lot of arcade type checking, because a lot of people are just blasting dudes. Like all you have to do is click a button, and this dude just chucks a dude like 50 feet across the ice, and it's like that's unrealistic. But it's supposed to be a simulation game, but like that's what you have for this year of the game, and so you have this just too much kind of arcade part of what's supposed to be a simulation game. But I think when you get to the later 2000s, early 2010s, whatever you call those, that's where you really hit like the good simulation, and then it moves into like, I don't know, just kind of more. There's a lot of stuff that keeps happening, and they keep adding to the game, and I think the games are still really good, but I think those right after the 2010s is really where you hit that really good version of the games.
I think the thing that made the more recent hockey games not as enjoyable is that the puck physics are like way too realistic, where if you can bump into a player, literally not checking him or trying to poke check him, just bump into him, the puck will fly off of his stick. And I think that's when you get into like way too simulation, where it's kind of boring.
Yeah, and that I agree with you, and that's
think,
what the problem is with our newer games, is that it's almost too real. Like, you like to have that little bit of video game-ish to your games, and so I think that's a good point to make, is that you kind of leave that video game area when it's like just a little bump of a guy, the puck starts to trail away, and you're like, what the fuck? You get pissed off because it's like, that should be on my stick. Like, he barely touched me. Fuck this.
I feel like
saying
when
that,
I look at
go ahead.
quick, when I look at lists of best hockey video games, I feel like NHL 2007 and 2009 get mentioned quite a bit. Like, they for I don't even know what they brought to the table that's unique, but often those two like rank really high.
I think the reason that is because I think in 2006 is when EA started doing their stick control, and by the time they got to those years, that's when they started making the stick control work really well. Would you say that's accurate, Sean?
Yeah, I think so, because definitely, and I think who was it? Iceberg brought it up in the chat like just now, like the wackiness of the arcade of these 2000 games. Like, you just kind of move around real quick, and you try and juke around, and then you just hit a button to shoot, and you hold a button to shoot. But like that, you start to evolve into the later aughts, as AJ mentioned them. Like, that's when you have the stick control, and you can make those little deke moves, and so instead of just literally jolting your guy like 90-degree turns all of a sudden like a half second, you actually have to use the other stick on the controller to actually like make him move the puck and actually make a deke move to be able to move that way. Because if you just try and jolt him the other way, he's going to have to slowly turn, because he has to carry the puck with him. But if you use him and tell him, hey, move it this way with the stick, you actually have that kind of quicker movement, and you lose your speed the way you're supposed to if you make that quick of a move. I think it includes that stick involvement that you're talking about, that right stick that you can move back and forth as your juke move, or your dekes. That's a huge thing with the game that I think really developed with those later 2000 games, which was what Bally's talking about. NHL brought the skill stick in 07, so like 07 on, that's when that skill stick really developed and was huge for the game. The first major jump in graphics, as Bally said, like it jumped up big time those late 2000s.
Hell yeah, I'd be fascinated, like, because I'm a nerd like that, but like in the 90s hockey, really I'm only familiar with like NHL 94. But if you do like a tier list of the players, it's very specific to like several attributes. If a guy's fast and can score, and he's like jumps to tier 1. Then if we're talking about all the way to the late 2000s, you have like, seems like there are more attributes that are at play there, like if they can deke and whatnot. And it'd just be interesting if someone made like a tier list of those late 2000s, and like what guys are like really high in the tier list. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there's a lot there to be to be desired. with those types of situations. So
You would potentially like the tiers would expand because you would have guys who are like fast and have shot accuracy and have these agility stick maneuvers. I don't know. Like I'm assuming that like it would almost be like up to your preference. Like you have all these guys that are really good, but it's up to your preference of which guy you want to take. Whereas the NHL '94, there's really maybe like 10 forwards who are like these guys are dominant. These are the guys you want on your team. So, I don't know.
no, I agree with you. I mean, it's true. I mean, the much older games, it's like, you think about the Blackhawks in '94. Like they're a good team. They got Smith, they got Chelios, they got Larmer, but like if they don't have Roenick, if they have another forward that's like as good as Larmer, like if Roenick is about that same pace, those same skills as Steve Larmer, all of a sudden they drop down to like a tier 3. They're like on the same level as like Quebec almost,
yeah.
They're still really good,
Yeah.
maybe a little higher. They might be tier 2 just because of the
they're
strong
solid
defense that they
versus-
have and because the goalie. Obviously Eddie Belfour boosts that up a lot. But it's like I don't know, that one forward makes them a clear tier 1, like top team in the game because of it.
Yeah. And side note, like that's partly what makes these retro tournaments that we go to. Sometimes AJ goes to often and wins most of them. It makes them
often.
partly so relatable, even to people like me who I love the retro games, but I'm not as familiar with hockey. But like AJ was in a championship game with King Raff where it was the Blackhawks versus someone, and Jeremy Roenick got injured, so he was out for the game. And I knew that like he was such a dominant player that him getting injured was a huge game changer, But like that's more of a retro thing, but that's part of what makes the excitement. Is like you're so reliant on these dominant figures to just kind of like carry the team for you. That like makes it a little more like it's selfish hockey, but it makes it exciting and easy to get into it from a casual fan standpoint. Whereas now there's like a lot more attributes going on, and the casual fan is kind of like not doesn't really know where to plug in.
Yeah, and in like we see it in the drafts that I do in these games. It's like by the time we get to like the 7th, 8th round, we start to drop off of the players that we would see in NHL '94, the players we recognize, the player in the older game that like is dominant, because those dominant players at that point are picked. Like, Eli when we were drafting kept mentioning names, and I'm like, no, they're gone. They're gone. They're gone. And he wasn't the only one that was doing that. I was like, they're gone, man. It's like we're at a point where you have to actually really in depth know what the rosters were at this point. And so I think you're right in that point where once Roenick is leaving in NHL '94, as a casual fan, oh, that dude's fucked. Like that's real tough to recover from.
Yeah.
Like that's tough. That's real tough.
Like you said, it drops his team 2 tiers.
Yeah, it drops big time.
Roenick's getting replaced by some rando,
like Joe Murphy or something thrown in, Cause
exactly.
Yeah,
and
like
that's
where
a
you're
really
at.
different team at that point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you go from Roenick to Joe Murphy as your third forward, or I can't even think the other guys, because you have Larmer, Murphy. I don't know. I don't remember. There's a couple other guys that like Brian Noonan.
That's all I got,
Brian
too.
Noonan is the other one. Like I don't know. There's a couple others, but like it's always Larmer, Roenick, and then that third guy. And there's probably like 3 or 4 choices. You have Noonan, you have Murphy, you have a couple others, but like those are the 2 that I normally stick to if I use Chicago. But there's Dirk Graham. Bally says Dirk Graham. Yeah, Dirk Graham's a solid choice. So I mean, there's a lot of good choices, but it's like they're not even close to that level.
what's the guy with the CH? It's like Michel Goulet.
Goulet, yeah,
Michel Goulet?
Goulet
Did you
is
already
another
say
one. Yeah, yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've played him before too.
I had
Yeah.
to dig for that one. I had
Yeah,
to dig for it.
like I said, there's like 5 players on
Um,
that team that would sit on that 3rd spot next to Larmer and Roenick.
at the same time, so like Matt was asking me about Jam earlier, so that's still on my mind. So like, so NHL '94, you for the most part you play with one line, so it's 5 guys, 6 with the goalie. So like, if you have a real superstar, that really is effective because it's like 1/5, 1/6 of your team. In Jam, it's only 3. Obviously, you're playing 2-on-2, but like 3 for your team. So like, it's even more so. Like, your guy is dominant; it really carries the team. But what's interesting is like, often with Jam, people will impose popularity of a player onto the Jam character. So they'll be like, Stockton is so great. It's like, actually, no, he's not. He's like tier 3. It's like,
no, he's
like,
actually super awful to play with.
actually he's decent,
Yeah, no, he's
like,
okay. He's okay.
But like, so Matt is just like flabbergasted. I'm like, my first pick overall would be Derek Coleman. It's like Coleman had like 2 good years, but in NBA Jam TE,
he is a pretty solid fucking player there. Yeah, that's not a bad pick at all.
I'll disagree. He's like the best player. So like, it's just kind of funny how these retro games just really kind of like, they change as much as you want it to. They change your perception of these players. And there's the real life NBA player. Like, sometimes it floats both ways. You got Dennis Rodman. He's a real good player in real life. He's got a larger than life personality. And then in NBA Jam, he's one of the best players too. So sometimes it does go full circle. But
yeah,
I don't know. I was just getting on my little retro kind of like soapbox there. But
I mean, but in a game like NBA Jam, the focus is like being big and being dominant. And a guy like John Stockton, that game was not made for him. It was not made for a personality of a small little point guard. Like, that's not what that game was made for. It was made for the big dudes to be awesome. Like, most simulation game at that time, simulation games were made for the small guys that are gonna like take the shots, be quick, make moves. And so it's like, let's make a game that makes the big guys look awesome. And so like, I feel like that's kind of where it came in. Like, those power forwards, those centers that were above average, were good players, weren't acknowledged as much. And I think they kind of like pushed that at them, especially like the ones like Derek Coleman, which you would never hear his name except for NBA Jam. Like, you probably would have never heard that name in your life besides the 90s, when like you had those couple years where he was good, but you probably would have just forgot about him after those couple years and then just moved on and not really thought about him much.
Yeah, I've been doing some like practice NBA Jam world record runs. Eventually I'll, make a recording and send it into Twin Galaxies. But like, the 3 guys that really rise above are Derek Coleman, Mitch Richmond, and Jamal Mashburn. And these are guys that like NBA fans of the 90s will know. They're not Hall of Famers. They like were all-star for 1 or 2 years. And it's just funny that like, for the couple of years that Jam was around, and then also the skills that game chose to give them, and game is designed around, like in Super Nintendo, it's the 3-pointer and whatnot. Genesis, it's more dunking. But it's just kind of funny that these 3 guys that are like have solid careers. They're no Michael Jordan, they're no Sean Kemp, but just the way that the game is designed, they kind of rise to the cream of the crop. And it's kind of fun that they're like kind of my retro NBA Jam heroes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to.
You're good. I thought that was Alex coming in. I was excited.
He's like, "Oh
so
shit, is
excited.
furniture here? Oh shit!"
So excited. I know it's really late in Tennessee right now, or wherever he lives.
Yeah,
I was-
I'm a little shocked he never actually popped in. I'm a little disappointed that because I thought for sure with a late night that he would jump in here, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. You know, I'm sure he's got something going on.
I'm sorry we weren't good enough, Sean.
Hey, I
Iceberg
never said
calling
you
me
weren't
out
good
saying
enough.
Mitchell
I'm
was a
just
Hall of Famer.
disappointed that we didn't have fucking furniture. We all love furniture. Everyone in the chat would agree with me if they've been on the chat when furniture is here. It's always that next level when he's here, okay? We all know it.
Side note, Iceberg saying Mitch Richmond is a Hall of Famer, but his checking, I checked too. I don't think he is. I'm looking at the Wikipedia. I don't see. Not that really matters. It's not neither here nor there. It does. Oh, it is. He's the Basketball Hall of Fame. Shit. Okay. It's all derailed. It's all fucked. Mitch Richmond is the Hall of Fame. Job Iceberg.
Really? Hall of Famer. What's he a Hall of Famer for? Like, what's the like big reasons he's there for?
He was a 6-time NBA All-Star. He was Rookie of the Year '89. He was the NBA champion 2002 with the Lakers. Other than that, I don't see it. I don't see any like dominance. You know, he was on the U.S. Olympic team in '96. I don't know. I'm not familiar with like the Hall of Fame selection process in the NBA. I'm more familiar with the NFL, so I can't really speak to it. But he's in there. So it gets weird with the NBA, with the NBA Hall of Fame, like or the Basketball Hall of Fame. It gets weird because you have a lot of international players. Like I think Vlade Divac is in there. You know, Raja, who's great in NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Super Nintendo. Like you don't think of him as a big name.
Was it like because they were like first like international type players that kind of like got into the league kind of thing?
Well, and the fact that they internationally they might have won like a gold medal for Croatia in 1998, 1988, and 1992.
I was like, I'm trying to think of like when I went to the NHL Hall of Fame with like DPS and more. Like we were walking through and I'm reading like there's a whole like wing that's like all international sports. I'm like reading players' names and I'm like, I know them. They played very little in the NHL, but I see that they're in the Hall of Fame, obviously, because they were big for their small country or whatever. And so it's like you kind of go through and you see these weird names that you would never expect to be in the Hall of Fame, but hey, there they are because, you know,
well, sometimes
whatever reason.
Sometimes it's almost like a promotional thing sometimes. Like if you have a player that's so big for a country like Croatia, they might do a lot for the NBA more than just being a starter for the Celtics or something. It might make the NBA huge for that part of Europe, really. So like so Yao Ming is in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Like he was an 8-time All-Star. That's quite a bit. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he was a stud, dude. He was a stud.
But even more than that, he like brought the game internationally to China.
Oh yeah. China became all of a sudden they were just like
tapped into the China market. So it's like even beyond himself as a player, as an icon, he was like so valuable to the sport, to the NBA. It makes sense that he's, you know, in there.
Oh yeah, China was everywhere with the NBA after he showed up.
I'm looking at Derek Coleman's stats and I retract my surprise. He looks super broken.
Oh, as a player?
Yeah. I think I didn't realize how insane his stats are.
Matt, I'm trying to tell you. Also, where are you looking up his stats? On like a game pack or something?
No, I'm looking at it on the character select screen.
Oh, okay. The OG. The going to the source.
I'm on the source.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, because of Coleman, that's why the Nets are my favorite, like, underrated team. No one's talking about the Nets in NBA Jam.
No.
Unless, ironically, you're talking about original NBA Jam with Drazen Petrovic, as he was in the original arcade game.
Right.
It had to be taken out because he passed away.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's a thing. But aside from that, as like just a team squad, the Nets, no one's talking about them. But it's about Coleman, but we also got to talk about my guy, Kevin Edwards, okay? So the Nets in NBA Jam Tournament Edition Super Nintendo, they're the only team with two short players, okay? You got Derek Coleman, number 1 overall pick, and you got two shouties. You got Kenny Anderson, who, for whatever reason, in the Genesis version, is a tall player. And Super Nintendo is short. And then you got Kevin Edwards, short, but he's got 9 power. No one's thinking about.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. And he went to DePaul, by the way, so represent. But no one's talking about Kevin Edwards as a tier 2 player, 9 power. Put him with Derek Coleman, my guy. You got a solid squad, dude. I will fuck you up with the Knicks. I will be the Nets. And I will fuck up the Knicks with Patrick Ewing and John Starks. Like, I do not care.
You know, I wanted to say that I would beat you, but this is not showtime.
I don't mean you. I mean, you know, it's like a general you. It's like I'm really talking to Tom. That's who I'm talking to. Tom thinks the Knicks are like the team, and I'm like, dude, the Knicks are a team, right? They're not the team. He's like, you know, the Knicks are fine. The Knicks are fine, but Patrick Ewing, he's not S tier. That's what people get confused about. He's tier 1, but he's not S tier. And you just add John Starks, who's a good shooter. You add Oakley, who's a power guy, but slow. You got a squad, but give me the Nets, man.
Iceberg says I got too much love for Oak.
Oak is fun, but give me Detlef Schrempf, dude. Detlef Schrempf can actually shoot. Okay, he's got an 8 power, 3 speed, but he can shoot. It's like, give me that over Oakley any day. Personally, Kemp and Schrempf over Ewing and Oakley any day. But that's just me. That's partly what makes it so fun. Is it's a preference thing.
I gotta stop looking at this.
What are you looking at?
I was looking at the character select screen.
You don't got to look at that. Just ask me. I know everything. Oh, wow. Iceberg saying he would take Gill and Peyton for Kemp and Schrempf. I feel you. Gill is probably the second best unlockable character in NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Of course, in the arcade, you can be Kendall Gill. But he is super solid. And yeah, I would pair Gill with anybody.
Also,
Anyway, we're talking.
Congratulations on your 300 subscribers. That's pretty cool, man.
Woohoo!
Keep making those goal horns.
Goal horns! Anyway, guys, what else we got?
Yeah, we've been staring at this screen for a long time.
Yeah, we have been. Let's see.
I was just thinking that we should have a.
What do the goalies look like?
I think I need
Oh,
to
yeah.
bounce and play some jam before bed. But you guys got anything else?
Yeah, I kind of need to eat.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much. I don't have much here. As you can see, though, there's a shit ton of goalies that are literally playing around those 70 games that I was talking about. That it's kind of unheard of at this point in their careers. Like you don't see
Is
guys
that
play over 70
accurate?
games. I mean, in the
Is that accurate for 2002 though?
in the 90s, early 2000s, you would see guys play this many games. You would. And it's insane to think now. Like now if you see a dude break 70 games in a season, that is a shit ton of games and they are probably playing way too many games. But I mean it was pretty normal back then. And so you look
how
at
does
our
it
goalie.
affect-
Our goalie actually did pretty well. Like with accordance to all these guys, like Dominic had a lower goals against than pretty much everyone that was playing this many games.
Mhm.
And so
How does that affect salary cap, which I'm not familiar with at all with hockey? But so it seems like back in the day, would have you one goalkeeper, you hope he was great, and you would pay him whatever salary. Nowadays, you got to have two keepers. Do they share a salary together, or do you still pay that number one guy like a pretty decent amount?
you still play your number one guy is still gonna make money. Like that's kind of how it is. Like you have a guy that like if you get to the playoffs, this is the guy that's gonna play the next 16 to 30 games. Like that's your guy. He's gonna play them all. Sign him big money. And so you're gonna have a couple guys that are your guy. Like you want to have a couple goalies that are gonna basically fill the void, but you have one guy that you have in mind that's gonna make the big money, gonna make that extra couple 2-3 million a year, and that's their playoff goalie. So like when you get to the playoffs, you know this is the guy that played 50 to 60 games as opposed to 20 to 30 games. And as soon as you get to the playoffs, he's the one that plays every single game in the playoffs.
That's interesting. And then it's almost like it becomes the '90s. You got the one guy, and the second guy is only if like he gets hurt, or like you really need to change a pace, or like it's a blowout, or the
See
other
you,
way, or
Bally.
whatever.
Hopefully you're back for our next draft because you were very helpful in our draft. So please be back for the next NHL draft, man. Love to see you.
Who's this next NHL season?
The next NHL season.
Do you have a feeling?
We'll,
Do you have
we'll,
a feeling of any team? Like, are the
Um,
Blues good, or like?
I mean, let's think. NHL 2003. I think I might go with
I know. I was talking about the real NHL.
I know what you're talking about. I think I'm gonna go with the Avalanche, just because the Avalanche. This is around their peak years. I think like a year or two before they won the cup, and then Ray Bork retired, but they still ran with Forsberg and Sakic, and so just based on the fact that they had a good team, I think I'm gonna run with a team that was good. Also, that was like when I was like 12, 13 years old, and I just I dug the Avalanche. It was like that new team that this is the new cool team. They came from Quebec, whatever. They had that cool ass logo. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna dig them. So like they were always my number two team behind obviously the Blackhawks that I grew up loving. So
Yeah, Colorado just had something cool about them. Like in the '90s, they get a baseball team. The Rockies, early 2000s or late '90s, they get a hockey team. It's just kind of like they already had a basketball team, Denver, but like they're just kind of like in those new teams, new hot ways to establish.
Oh yeah, they're just rolling, man. They just keep piling it on.
All right. I
Right.
agree. So I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I think we're about to call it quits on this stream here. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I've had a good time. But I think it's time for us to call it quits on the stream. Honestly, I think I may I don't have to work again until Tuesday, so I might run another stream. Probably not tomorrow night. I got things to do tomorrow night, but I could see me running another stream, doing another draft for 2003. So I just keep moving through. I'm gonna move through all through the decade. I'm just gonna go through the EA Sports games. Then I'm gonna hit the 989s. Then I'm gonna hit the 2Ks, and so the Segas, you know.
Nice.
'Cause I have a way to get all of them, so I'll be able to play through them all. So we're just gonna run right through these EAs, and so I think 2003 might happen. You know, probably Sunday night. Very small chance tomorrow, but I think Sunday night we'll see 2003 pumping, and we'll get it going, and we'll have a good one. So it'll be sweet.
Oh yeah, I'll try to make it.
Go ahead.
I'll try to make it, and I'll try to have some players that I'm looking at. I don't know much about the NHL at this point, but with a couple days prep, I'll have a couple players that I'll really believe in.
Hey man, just take some screenshots of what we see in these stats, all right? Because these stats are gonna be pretty comparable to what you're gonna see. So we think about we're simming 81 out of the 82 games. Should probably check this out. Okay, see what you want. Obviously, one of our best goalies in the league, Ed Belfour, wasn't drafted until the 7th round, so keep that in mind. Troy told us to go for Hasek in the first round, but it didn't work out too well for us.
Well, but we still got the 3rd seed in our conference, you know. So I'm saying, like,
we had a good team. We did. We had a good team.
Yeah.
But if you look at the stats, our top player, I think, dropped till right here, 41st points overall. I mean, that's pretty far down. Our 2nd round pick compared to the 7th round goalie going to, you know, the best goalie in the league. I don't know, man. I don't know if you should pick goalie that soon. So something to think about. I agree. So
here's the other question though, like, where are you gonna pick in the 1st round? Do you know what that is?
No,
or is it going to be assigned to you?
It's just random. I click fantasy draft. I pop in and I say okay. Like before I even decide what fantasy draft is, I know what team I'm going to be. I start the stream saying I'm going to be this team, and I basically just choose it on like some random franchise that I like, or is some shit franchise that I want to have fun with. Like last season I did the Mighty Ducks because, I mean, come on, the Mighty Ducks. You got to do the Mighty Ducks. This one I did the Thrashers because, like, well, the Thrashers are still in the NHL. I want to play with the Thrashers before they leave. So I chose the Thrashers, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're still around for a while. But I had to do them. Next year, I don't know. I'll have to look at 2003. Eli says the Devils. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I like the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are a fairly new franchise at that point in time. So the Jets. No, the Jets are gone. Jets are gone because they're gone because eventually the Thrashers move back to Winnipeg and they are the Jets. So Jets are non-existent. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll look at the logos. I basically go for the cool jerseys and the cool logos. So we'll see. I mean, it's
That's half
it's
the
a
battle.
fantasy draft.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy draft. I'm gonna go for the cool looking thing.
Look good, feel good. You know.
Exactly.
Maybe play good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We played good. Got the 3 seed. But didn't go as far as our 8 seed team. All right. Either way, it's a good draft. We did well. Had a good season. And we'll see you guys hopefully this weekend. We'll get back on and do it again. Later.
Take it easy.